friends, welcome to the channel GIV and CIV Made Simple. In this particular video, we are going to discuss top 200 MCQs for digital banking certification course with complete answer as well as explanation. So in this video, you will be able to cover you will be able to see the most important questions, the topics from where questions are most frequently asked. And if you want the content, the theory PDF, the MCQ PDF, the previous year memory based question in PDF format, you can WhatsApp me on the number shown on the screen. We have a comprehensive course available for the digital banking certification course. So let's get started. BFSI sector, and they face a dual layer cyber attack, which means there are two separate attacks in this case. So attack number one is SMS sent to the junior bank employee, and the message claimed that RBI updated UPI security rule, claiming that RBI has updated the mandate for the UPI security. So fake portal look exactly like bank internal system, right? So that perfectly mimicked the bank internal interface. And this was the attack number one. And attack number two was the email sent to CFO. So the bank CFO received a highly personalized email, appeared to come from CEO, right? Asked for urgent wire transfer, right? Forced urgent wire transfer request. Targeted only one person, which was the CFO. So basically this is the highly targeted attack, and it used research, it used reconnaissance. So the question is, despite the bank zero trust model, 3 junior employees fell for SMS lure, leading to minor data leak, right? So now the question is, based on the provided text, which of the following statement accurately differentiate the attack that vector used? See, basically option number A says that the SMS sent to the junior employee represent a veiling attack due to a scale of the distribution. B says that email sent to CFO is a form of spear phishing tailored through reconnaissance of public platform like LinkedIn. And option C says that phishing attack in the Indian banking sector are increasingly utilizing AI to mimic UPI app and portal. And D says that veiling attack are generally less research than a standard phishing because veiling target a large volume of people. Very good question. So this question perfectly address all these three different kinds of we just know that the first attack that was sent to junior employee. So what was the nature of the attack? See, if we look at the nature, first of all, it is quite clear that this is a mass attack, right? This is a kind of mass attack, and this target the general employee. It target the general employee. And the third point is that what method it is using? SMS plus fake website, right? What about the second attack? If you look at the second attack, which was sent to CFO, this is not mass attack, that is highly targeted attack. This is called targeted attack. And it used research, it used a lot of research. And the fourth point is that it is a kind of objective is financial fraud. Objective is the financial fraud. Now let's evaluate each and every option. Option number A says that what does option number A say? That it represents a veiling attack. It says that SMS sent to junior employee represent a veiling attack. See, when I say veiling, what is the meaning of veiling? Let me explain. So let me explain what is the meaning of veiling. See, veiling means what? That SMS represent a veiling attack. Actually, veiling does not mean a large number. It is never a large number, right? Veiling means big person. Veiling means big person, not big quantity. It means big person. So veiling target CEO, veiling target CFO, veiling target directors, right? So since the SMS was sent to junior employee in bulk, so this is a normal phishing, not a veiling. That's why option number A is wrong. What do you think about option number B? It says that the email sent to CFO in the form of spear phishing tailored through reconnaissance. See, so actually this option is correct. Yes, clearly it is correct. Why? Because only one specific person is targeted, which is the CFO. And one more thing is that clearly they have mentioned that the email which was sent to CFO, this was custom made. And what it used? It used the LinkedIn information, and it was pretended to be CEO. So this is called this technique is what we call spear phishing. This is called spear phishing. So when spear phishing target top executive, it is also called veiling. See, veiling is a type of spear phishing only. Don't think that veiling is something different. See, whenever this particular spear phishing, right, it target top executive. It target top executive. It is called veiling, right? Now what about option number C? Option number C says that phishing attack in the Indian banking sector are increasingly utilizing AI. See, actually from the case, it is quite clear that fake portal perfectly mimicked internal system. So fake portal perfectly mimicked internal system. UPI security was used as social engineering hook. So this clearly so advanced phishing. And AI, artificial intelligence, is commonly being used to clone the portal, right? Generate realistic message, personalized attack. Hence I think C is also correct, right? So actually in this question, more than one option can be correct. That's why they have mentioned select all that apply. What about D? D says that Welling attack are generally less researched than a standard phishing because they target a larger volume of people. So what do you think about it? Actually, this statement is exactly opposite of the reality. Why? Because when we talk about Welling, remember, Welling target fewer people. Welling always target, few people. And Welling require, deep research. Welling require deep research. Welling use the job role, right? Welling use job role. Welling use public post and email and behavior pattern. So actually it is a deep research, not lot research. So option number D is wrong. So what is the final correct answer? B and C are correct. So let me just tell you a memory trick to remember all this. So there is a memory trick. So remember, suppose it is a big person, right? Suppose it is a big person, then it is called, Welling. Suppose it is a personal message. Suppose it is personal message. What we call it? Spear phishing. Spear phishing. Suppose it is a mass message. Suppose it is a mass message. This is called, phishing. So friends, if you are looking for one-stop solution for the entire digital banking, you can check out our course where content have been prepared as per the syllabus which they have prescribed. So there are previous year questions separate folder which consists of all the previous year question, recollected question which have happened in the year 2025 from starting to the end. Then also you get a separate folder for unit wise theory MCQs which has been prepared module wise A, B, C, D, E, as you can see it here. So module A, inside every module you will get unit. Inside every unit there is a separate theory PDF, MCQs PDF. All these PDFs are downloadable. You can download themselves and also take the printout as per your requirement. Many aspirants have cracked the paper using our material. And also, in addition to that, we provide you 100 plus MCQs with answer, right? So all this content will help you surely in the upcoming examination. You can check out the link of the course in the description section. Is what we have learned regarding the Welling. So if it is a big person, then it is Welling. If it is a personal message, then it's spear phishing. If it is a mass message, then phishing. So remember this WSP formula. WSP formula is, first of all, Welling. W for Welling. Welling means what? Who, right? Who means, CEO or CFO. That's called Welling. A spear. So a spear means, a specific target. As for a spear, as for a specific target. Just remember it, right? And what about phishing? Phishing means, public. It's P for phishing, P for public, which means people in bulk. So remember, phishing is a kind of mass attack. First point to keep in the mind. Then second is spear phishing. Spear phishing is targeted customized attack. Welling is the top executive only. Who? And AI based phishing is a fake portal. Now I think you will always remember these things, right? Because I have given you the memory trick to remember. Now let's have a look at the next question. Question number 2 is on your screen. So it asks that basically this question is testing your understanding of the RBI cyber security compliance and the practical risk reduction measure. So this is question number 2. According to the RBI mandate and the statistical data, which of the following action are essential for bank compliance and risk reduction? So which action are essential for RBI compliance, reducing the cyber risk in bank? So we are looking for mandatory action, proven risk reduction control, and practical realistic measure. So option number A says that reporting any cyber incident to CMS within a strict 6-hour time frame. Option B says that, implementing multi-factor authentication as a sole method to eliminate 100% of the phishing risk. Option C, utilizing AI-driven anomaly detection to identify deviation from a standard executive communication pattern. Option number D, prioritizing employee training, giving that approximately 0.3% of the Indian banker still fall victim to such attack monthly. Very good question it is, right? So if you look at the option number A, reporting any cyber incident to the CMS within 6-hour timeline. See why it is correct? Because RBI mandate time bound reporting of cyber incident, right? Yes, option number A is correct because RBI mandate time bound reporting. RBI always mandate time bound reporting of the cyber incidents. So the case clearly says that the bank follow the CMS protocol, right? Bank have followed the CMS protocol that is reporting the incident within the 6-hour timeline. So yes, This is a regulatory compliance, mandatory requirement, not negotiable. So A is correct. Right. This is essential for bank compliance and risk reduction. Option number B says that implementing multi-factor authentication as a sole method to eliminate 100% of the phishing risk. See, option number B is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because this option look attractive, but it is dangerously absolute. Because the key problem word is the sole method. They have mentioned the sole method. Also, 100% eliminate. Actually, in cyber security, no single control can give 100% protection. Please remember it. In cyber security, please remember, you can never get 100% protection. Right. So MFA, yes, MFA multi-factor authentication can obviously reduce the risk. MFA obviously reduce the risk. Right. But user can still approve the fake prompt. Social engineering can bypass control. So the case mentioned, zero trust model, training, anomaly detection. Right. What about option C? Utilizing AI-driven anomaly detection to identify deviation from a standard executive communication. Yes, this is correct. Actually, CFO system flagged abnormal email behavior. Email looked genuine, but tone, urgency, transaction pattern were unusual. Actually, this question is about the previous question only. The mail which was sent to the CFO. So CFO system flagged abnormal email behavior. Email looked genuine, tone is genuine, urgency is genuine, transaction pattern were unusual. So AI anomaly detection compare normal versus abnormal behavior. It flags CFO, CEO spoofing attempt is critical for executive protection. So yes, this is correct. Option number D, prioritizing employee training. See, I think this is also correct. Even trained system fail if human fail. So case clearly shows that 3 junior employee fail for SMS phishing. So these statistics clearly highlight that threat is ongoing. A small percentage is still equal to 1,000 of people in the banking sector. So the correct answer is A, C and D. A, C and D are all correct. So think of the RAT model. The easiest way to remember it, the RAT model. What is the RAT model? R-A-T. R stands for reporting. Reporting means we have to report within time. Within time we have to report. Maximum 6 hours. Then A stands for anomaly detection. Anomaly detection, AI system. Right. T stands for training of employee. Training of employee. So never think one tool is enough. MFA alone is not the full protection. So what is the key learning? That RBI mandate time-bound cyber incident reporting. MFA reduces risk but not eliminate it. And AI anomaly detection protects senior executive. Human error remain the weakest link. And zero trust, multiple layer, not single control. I hope till now everything is crystal clear. Now question number 3. Question number 3 is talking about that this question is testing why Indian customers are adopting digital banking and what happen if bank fail to meet those expectations. So which of the following best describe the primary driver of the digital banking adoption among Indian customer and the potential consequence of failing to meet this expectation? So focus is on two main things. First thing is the main driver of adoption, primary driver of digital banking adoption, and the second thing is consequence of failing. See, option number 1 is saying that adoption is driven primarily by the high rate of smartphone ownership, and bank can retain 100% of their customer as long as they provide 24/7 accessibility. B says that adoption is fueled by the perceived usefulness, that is convenience and speed, but bank risk losing over the third of their customer base if they fail to provide hyper personalized AI services. C says that technology acceptance model, that's called TAM, suggests that ease of use is the only factor that drives the 85% adoption rate among PSB. And D says that digital banking preference is solely a result of the RBI digital push, with security and fraud detection being secondary concern for most users. Very good question. See, first of all, let's understand the core concept. What is the core concept here? So this question is based on TAM. What is TAM? TAM stands for, just now we have told you, technology acceptance model. So this is the basic thing, please understand. TAM means technology acceptance model. Here you can see they have mentioned. And customer behavior in Indian digital banking. First concept is the TAM, customer behavior, how the customer behave, right, in the Indian digital banking perspective, right. And the third point is the role of AI, role of personalization, role of convenience and trust. So what happened under the TAM? Under the TAM, customer adapt technology because it is useful. customer adopt technology because it is useful. Second point, because it is easy to use. Third point, because it is trustworthy and secure. Now let's evaluate each and every option. Option number A says that adoption is driven primarily by smartphone ownership. No, that's wrong. Why it is wrong? Because smartphone ownership enables digital banking, but it does not drive the loyalty. Yes, it enables digital banking, but it no way drive loyalty. And 24/7 access is now basic expectation, not a differentiator. This statement over promise retain 100% confident customer. Actually, it is unrealistic. No, customer today want speed. Customer today want convenience, personalization, not just access. Access is just a basic expectation. It is not a differentiator. And bank can never retain 100% of their customer. This is unrealistic assumption. What about option B? It says that adoption is filled by the perceived usefulness. What do you think? Actually, this fit perfectly because they have mentioned perceived usefulness. See, when I say perceived usefulness under TAM, it means our transaction is faster. It means convenience. It means anytime banking. Right. So this case clearly mentioned 36% of the are willing to switch bank. And if AI based hyper personalized service are missing. So this directly link why customer adopt digital banking, what happen if the bank fail. So this make B the best option and most complete answer. What about option C? Option C says that ease of use is the only factor driving the 85% adoption. Actually it is incorrect because TAM never say that only one factor. Technology acceptance model never say only one factor. Actually adoption depends on all other factor also. Adoption depends on ease of use. Adoption depends on usefulness. Perceived usefulness. Adoption depends on trust and security. So the word only make this option wrong. Right, because they have mentioned is the only factor. No, actually it's wrong. What about option D? It says digital banking preference is solely due to RBI push. No, RBI push adoption but does not create preference. Customer actively demand speed, security, biometric, fraud protection. Right, that is not a secondary concern. That's why D is wrong. This case explicitly highlights security and trust as a key preference. So D is wrong. So correct answer is option number B. So remember the formula. The formula is let me write it down. The formula to keep in the mind is P U P. So P means perceived usefulness, which means adoption. U means perceived usefulness, PU, and P means personalization, which means retention. So no personalization, customer migration. So fast plus useful adoption, smart and personalized indicate loyalty. So whenever you see this word TAM, just think of the ease of the use. Think of the use of the use. Plus think of the perceived usefulness. Plus think of the trust. Right. And convenience and speed are the primary adoption driver. AI based personalization is not a retention factor. Is now a retention factor. And over 1/3 customer may switch bank if expectation fail. Now, let's switch our focus to the next case study that we have. So this question is checking whether you understand how IoT help bank in two areas at the same time or not. So basically what happened, in 2026 Indira Vikas Bank is the leading institution in India. They launched a pilot project to transform its rural and urban presence using the IoT. So the bank integrated high sensitivity, vibration and temperature sensor into the ATM network. So during the first month, what happened? The system automatically flagged a sudden temperature spike in remote ATM in Haryana before the machine malfunction, allowing for predictive maintenance. Right? Because system itself, warned it. What about the next thing? Simultaneously, the bank introduced biometric palm vein scanner at this kiosk, eliminating the need for physical debit card for local farmer. Right. So now the question is, basically based on the paragraph and the case study, which of the following best illustrate how IoT address both operational efficiency and security? So by increasing the number of physical branches in the rural India to manually monitor cash shortage, by utilizing sensor for predictive maintenance. Option C says that by replacing all UPI based transactions with wearable device. Option D says that by strictly following RBI guideline to ignore data security standard in favor of faster real-time monitoring. So this question is checking whether you understand how IoT help bank in two areas at the same time. What are the two areas? The first area is the operational efficiency. And the second thing is the security. Let's decode the case first. So the bank use IoT technology in rural and urban area. So what they do on the operational side? On the operational side, they install temperature and vibration sensor in the ATM. Sensor detected overheating before breakdown. Bank repaired the ATM before the failure. So result is that, lower downtime. Our downtime decreases plus, cost saving. Right. And what happened on the security side? On the security side, they introduce, for palm vein biometric scanner. Farmer no longer needed physical debit card. It reduced card theft, skimming, unauthorized usage. So clearly you can see on one side, what are the advantages of these machines? See, if you look at the sensor, so sensor increases the efficiency. If you look at the biometric, what it does, it ensures security. Now let's look at the option that we have. Option number A says that by increasing the number of physical branch to manually monitor the fault. Actually, it is wrong. Why? Because when I say IoT means, automation. IoT simply means what? Automation. Right. So sensor replace, it does not mean manual work. So sensor replace human monitoring. Increasing branches increases the cost, not efficiency. So what option A is telling you? Option A is telling by increasing the number of branches. So if you increase the So friends, if you look at the option number B says that by utilizing sensor, right, by utilizing sensor for predictive maintenance to reduce downtime and employing biometric authentication to prevent unauthorized access. So what do you think about option number B? See, basically this option is perfect because it ensures operational efficiency. How it ensures operational efficiency? Let me explain. Operational efficiency, it ensure some keyword they have mentioned like predictive maintenance. Yes, this predictive maintenance is for ensuring operational efficiency only. Then also we have early fault detection and reduce ATM downtime and lower repair cost. So all these things hint toward the operational efficiency. And for security, employing biometric authentication, right? Then no card simply means no theft. Okay, so B is also correct. Now what about option C? Option C says that by replacing all UPI based transaction with wearable device. This is incorrect. Why? Because case clearly says NPCI integrate IoT with UPI. Right. So NPCI integrate Internet of Thing with UPI. And UPI is not replaced. UPI cannot be replaced. So wearable are option, not mandatory. So 100% financial inclusion is an exaggeration. So option number C is wrong. What about D? D says that ignoring data security standard for faster monitoring. You can see they have mentioned ignore data security standard for faster monitoring. Yes, it is wrong. Why? Because RBI never allow ignoring data security. RBI mandate what? RBI mandate cyber security. RBI mandate data protection. Right. RBI mandate secure authentication. So this option is factually incorrect and against RBI philosophy. So option number D is wrong. See, whenever we talk about IoT in banking, you can just remember this SB rule. What is the SB rule? So S stand for sensor. So sensor, which means saving and smooth operation. And B stands for biometric. B stands for biometric, which means blocked fraud. Right, blocked fraud. So remember this SB rule, sensor biometric rule. Sensor means saving and smooth operation. Biometric means blocked fraud. So what we learned from this question is that IoT enable predictive maintenance, not reactive repair, and sensor reduce ATM downtime and cost. So as sensor reduce ATM downtime, sensor reduce cost, and biometric improve security and inclusion, and IoT work with UPI. It does not replace it, and digital infrastructure is never digital literacy. Right. Now friends, let's have a look at the next question. What this question is all about. Basically, we will learn NEFT failure, time limit and bank liability. See what happened, that customer saved NEFT transaction of 50,000 rupees via NEFT and transaction get failed. Reason was that beneficiary account mismatch. So the question is, what are the RBI mandated time limit and financial penalty for the bank? So we are dealing with failed inward NEFT, responsibility of the destination bank, and time bound refund and penalty. So first of all, The option they have given that destination bank has 24 hours to return the fund, failing which they must pay a flat penalty of 500 rupees to RBI. Option B, the fund must be returned within 2 hours of the batch settlement. Any delay beyond this require the bank to pay penal interest at 15% per annum. Option C, if funds are not returned within 30 days, bank is only required to credit the principal amount without any additional compensation. Option number D, the originator bank must wait for the customer to file a manual complaint via the CMS before initiating a return branch. So basically, let me just clear the core concept. So basically there is something called, RBI 2-hour rule or NEFT return. So this 2-hour rule is for, NEFT return. So it is a NEFT credit fail case, right? It is a NEFT credit fail case and the destination bank must return the fund within 2 hours and counted after the batch settlement. And if they fail to do so, first of all, they must refund the fund within 2 hours and this is counted after the batch settlement timing. Once the batch settlement has happened, from that time you count the 2 hours. And if they fail to do so, bank must pay what? Bank must pay a penal interest. Right. What is the rate of penal interest? It is 15% per annum above the reverse repo rate. So this is hard RBI mandate, not optional. So now if you look at the option that they have given, so option number A says that 24-hour return plus 500 rupees penalty to RBI. What do you think about it? Is it correct? No, it is not correct. Why? Because RBI rule is 2 hours, not 24 hours. And penalty is interest to the customer, not a flat fine to RBI. So 500 rupees penalty is a made up. What about option B? Yes, option B is the correct one. Fund must be returned within 2 hours. Right. And delay attract penalty at 15% per annum above the repo rate. Yes, above the reverse repo rate. Yes, correct. This is the correct one. So see, 2 hour timeline is there. They have mentioned penal interest rate. They have also mentioned, and interest benchmark is the reverse repo that they have also mentioned. What about option C? After 30 days, only principal need to be returned? No, again wrong. Because RBI protect the customer strongly. For any FT delay, customer are entitled to compensation, not just the principal. So 100 rupees per day. 100 rupees per day, T plus 1 delay. Right. 100 rupees per day, T plus 1 delay may apply in certain case. Right. Now, the originator bank must wait for the customer to file a manual complaint. Actually, this is wrong. And NEFT return process is automatic. Return happen via next inward return batch. CMS complaint is not required to start the return. So what we learned is that, this is a very golden rule to remember, is that whenever NEFT failure happen, so there is a rule that you can remember. This is called 215 rule. What we call it? 215 rule. What does it mean? So 2 means, return within 2 hours. 2 means return within 2 hours. And 15 means, 15% penal interest. Right. And if it is above, then what is the reference rate we take? So reference rate we take is the reverse repo rate. So 2 hours late, 15% interest. Right. So remember, NEFT failure must be reversed within 2 hours. Responsibility lies with the destination bank. Delay attract penal interest. Refund is automatic, not complaint based. And RBI timeline are strict and customer centric. Now, let's have a look at one of the case study. I told you, last time they asked such type of question. That is what we are practicing some. So let's simplify what happened. So here they have mentioned that, Sahyog Gramin Bank is an RRB. It does not have branches or ATM in Mumbai. Right. So it work as a sub member of NFS through a sponsor, public sector bank. Customer use a private bank ATM in Mumbai. Right. Customer use a private ATM bank in Mumbai. Right. And he successfully transferred 4500 rupees. Let me see. Transfer of 4500 rupees, and he also changed updated his ATM pin. Transaction was routed through the NPCI switch, finally settled through the RBI system. So this question is testing the ATM interoperability as well as NFS architecture. Now the question is, based on the operational framework of the National Financial Switch, which of the following statement accurately explain how the transaction was processed and governed? Option A, since the Sahyog Gramin Bank is an RRB, it must maintain its own independent switching infrastructure to connect to the private bank ATM. B, the transaction was possible because NFS enables shared infrastructure with the NPCI, facilitating the real-time switch. C, the card-to-card transfer of 4500 was only permitted because the customer were using an ATM owned by the sponsored bank. D, NFS is primarily a manual settlement system operated by IDRBT to ensure that rural bank can reduce their ATM deployment cost. So it is a very good question.
So I hope it is clear. So Sahyog Gramin Bank is an RRB. It does not have branch or ATM in Mumbai. It works as a member of NFS through a sponsor public sector bank. Customer use a private bank ATM in Mumbai. He has transferred 4,500 rupees. Change his ATM pin. Transaction was switched by NPCI. Finally settled through RBI system. So basically, the core concept that you must remember is that how NFS work. So in the case of NFS, NPCI, they run the ATM switch. NPCI, they run the ATM switch, and RBI, RBI handle the settlement, right? And bank share the infrastructure. So this is how it works. In NPCI NPCI run the ATM switch, RBI run the settlement, and bank share the infrastructure. This is why any bank card work at any bank ATM. Even a small RRB can offer nationwide ATM access. So NPCI handle ATM switch, RBI handle the settlement, and bank handle the infrastructure. If you look at the option A, it says that RRB must maintain its own independent switching infrastructure. No. See, RRB usually act like a sub-member. Yes, RRB act like a sub-member. They connect to NFS via a sponsor bank. So this is RRB, right? They connect to NFS.
What is the key security feature of the EMB chip card that differentiate them from traditional magnetic stripe card? Options are: EMB card store data only on the magnetic stripe and require a signature for verification. Option B: EMB card uses a chip that perform mutual authentication with the terminal and generate unique transaction code. Option C: EMB card transmit the card number in an encrypted form during every transaction. Option D: EMB card do not support PIN based verification. These are the four options that we have. So if you look at the option number A, so let's see. Traditional magnetic stripe card do store static data on the stripe. Traditional magnetic stripe card, they store static data on the stripe, but sometimes they ask for a signature. But if you talk about the EMB chip card, they are completely different. They don't just rely on a stripe. So this one is not correct, right? Option number A is not correct. What about option B? Option B says that EMB chip card uses a chip that performs mutual authentication. Think of it like, a secret handshake between your card and the payment machine. They both check each other to make sure that they are genuine. Plus, the chip generates a unique code for every transaction. So even if someone steals that data, they cannot use it again. For example, imagine you give a unique password every time you enter a room. Even if someone sees the password once, it won't work next time. That is how EMB chip card protect you from fraud. So what about option B? I think, okay. So now option number C, let's look at option number C. It says that EMB card transmit the card number in an encrypted form during every transaction. This is wrong. Yes, B1 is the B number option is the correct one. C is wrong. Why? Because if the card number was sent openly, anyone could steal it easily. EMB card use encryption, right? So it is unencrypted. See, clearly it is in unencrypted form. See, if the card number was sent openly, anyone could steal it easily. So EMB card uses encryption and unique code for each transaction so that your data stays safe. What about option D? Option D says that EMB card do not support PIN based verification. So also it is wrong, because EMB card can use a PIN, signature, or sometimes no verification at all. In India and many other countries, using a PIN is mandatory for added security. So this statement is false, right? So friends, the correct answer to this question is option number B, that EMB card uses a chip that perform mutual authentication and generate unique transaction code. That is the reason why EMB card are much harder to clone as well as misuse as compared to the old magnetic stripe card. Let's quickly recapitulate what we learned from this particular question. Is that EMB card have a chip, not just a stripe. Chip and terminal do mutual check before transaction, right? So this chip and terminal, they do the mutual check before transaction. Each transaction get a unique code. Please remember, the full form of EMB is Europay, MasterCard and Visa. Each transaction get a unique code, so stolen data is useless. An EMB card can use PIN or signature for extra security. This make EMB card much safer than magnetic stripe card. I hope it is crystal clear. They have a chip, right? They have a chip. They do a mutual check before each transaction. Each transaction get a unique code, and they use PIN or signature for extra security. This make EMB card much safer than magnetic stripe card. Please remember it. Very, very important from examination point of view. Now the second question is on your screen, which you can see. Yes, this one. Which of the following correctly describe a key difference between a private cloud and a public cloud? So friends, let's discuss this particular question. Options are, option A says that private cloud resources are shared among multiple customers, while public cloud resources is used exclusively by one customer. Option B say private cloud is hosted on vendor data center and public cloud is always on customer premises. Option C say private cloud is used exclusively by one customer, often on their premises, while public cloud is hosted by vendor and shared by multiple customers through virtualization. Option D say public cloud eliminate the need for hardware and software update, while private cloud require constant update management by the customer. So let's look at the option. Let's start with option number A. So if you look at the option number A, it says that resources are shared among multiple customers. This is wrong. Actually, it is the other way around. Private cloud is for one organization only, while public cloud is shared among many customers. So this option is incorrect. What about option B? Option B is also wrong. Why? Usually private cloud are often on the customer premises, so organization has full control of it, while public cloud are hosted by vendor in their data center. So this option is misleading, right? This option is misleading. Why? Because usually private cloud are often on the customer premises. Remember, private cloud are on the customer premises, but it is reverse is written here. What about option C? If you look at the option C, it says that private cloud is used exclusively by one customer, often on their premises. Yes, this is the correct answer. You can think of it like this. Private cloud is your own personal cloud, like having a private room where only you can store your stuff. You manage it yourself and it is very secure. That is the peculiarity of private cloud. If you look at the public cloud, it is a shared hotel room where many people use the same infrastructure but through virtual partition. The cloud provider manages everything for you and you pay only for what you use. That is called difference between private and public cloud. What about option D? Option D says that it eliminates the need for hardware and software update. This is partially misleading. While public cloud provider handle most update, private cloud still need management. But the main point that differentiate private and public cloud is who uses it and where it is hosted. So this option is not fully correct. So the correct answer is option number C. Private cloud is exclusively to one computer, often on their premises, while public cloud is hosted by vendor and shared among multiple customers. That is the key difference. So what is the key learning? Let's quickly recap the key points. Please remember, private cloud means only one organization. Often it is done inside and more control, more security. While public cloud is hosted by vendor, shared by many, cost effective, less management overhead. And you can think of the personal room versus shared hotel room to remember the difference. The next question that we have, and you must know about SaaS, software as a service, PaaS, platform as a service, and IaaS, infrastructure as a service. So these are the three categories in which the cloud service are further classified. Okay, so this question may be asked. Now the question is regarding NFC. Which of the following statement correctly describe a key aspect of the near field communication technology used in contactless payment and the smart card? Very good question it is. Option A says that NFC allow wireless data exchange only at distance greater than 1 meter. Option B says that NFC enables short range secure data exchange typically within 10 cm, allowing touch and go payment. Option C says that NFC require physical contact between devices for data transmission. Option D says that NFC technology cannot be integrated with EMB standard for secure transaction. If you look at the option A, this is wrong. Why? Because NFC work at a very short distance, usually just few centimeter. So it is meant for touch and go payment, not long range communication like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are long range communication. But if we talk about NFC, they are usually a few centimeter, right? So like touch and go payment. What about option B? So option B is the correct one. Option A was wrong. Right, option B is the correct one. Why? Because you can think of the NFC like a tiny handshake between your card or phone and the payment terminal. You just bring your card or phone very close, usually within 10 cm, and the payment is done instantly. For example, when you tap your phone or a card at a metro station or a retail point of sale machine, POS machine, that is NFC in action. The communication is secure, the communication is encrypted so that your payment information is protected. What about option C? So option C is also wrong. You don't need to swipe or insert your card. NFC work wirelessly. Just by bringing the device close to the reader, no touching is required. What about option D? NFC technology cannot be integrated with EMB standard for secure transaction. This is also wrong. In fact, NFC work perfectly with EMB standard, which ensure encrypted and authenticated payment, making your transaction very secure. So the correct answer to this question is obviously option number B, that NFC enables short range, secure data exchange, typically within 10 centimeter. So just remember the keywords. Whenever you hear the word NFC, just remember it stands for near field communication. It is short range wireless communication, usually up to 10 centimeter, used for contactless payment. Tap and go convenience is there. They work with EMB standards for secure transaction. No physical contact is required, unlike old swipe card. In old swipe card, physical contact is required. Here, no physical contact is required. Commonly used in metro ticket, tolls, retail payment, and smart. Friends, next question that we have: which of the following best describe the characteristics of a data lake? Option A: store only processed structured data with predefined scheme for immediate business use. Option B: contain raw unprocessed data in various formats, allowing later analysis by skilled specialists. Option C: is accessible and understandable for all business users without any specialized skill. Option D: only store current data in a fixed format for reporting purpose. Very good question. Let's look at the option number A. Option number A is wrong. That actually describe a data warehouse. Please understand the difference between a warehouse and the data lake. See, data warehouse are neat and structured, ready for report, but data lake are different. They are more flexible. Data lake are different. Data lake are more flexible, right? What about option number B? It says it contains raw unprocessed data in various formats. This is the correct answer. You can think of the data lake like a huge storage pool where you throw in all kind of data, structured, semi-structured, unstructured, without cleaning it first. You are not cleaning it first. You are throwing all kind of data, structured, unstructured, semi-structured. Later, data scientist or data analyst, they dive in and make sense of it using some special tool. For example, imagine a giant warehouse where you store all the receipt, all the videos, all the logs, all the social media data. You don't sort it immediately. Later, expert pick and analyze what is needed for business insight, predictive analysis, or machine learning, right? That is the point. That is the data lake, right? Data warehouse is the different thing. Data warehouse are the neat and structured thing. So first of all, we have data lake, and then we prepared data warehouse based on the data lake. Now option number C says that it is accessible and understandable for all business user without any specialized skill. This is wrong, because the data lake contains raw and the complex data. Typical business user cannot directly use it without technical or analytical skill. Option number D say it only store current data in a fixed format for reporting purpose. It is again wrong, because data lake store all kind of historical and current data in various format, not fixed format, and they are meant for deeper analysis, not just reporting. So the correct answer to this question is option number B. Data lake contain raw unprocessed data in many format, which expert later analyze for insight. So remember, what we learned from this question is that data lake is the raw unprocessed data stored centrally. It can hold unstructured, semi-structured, unstructured data, right? And data lake requires skilled analyst or data scientist to analyze it. And data lake is ideal for big data analytics, machine learning, predictive insight, and it is different from data warehouse. Data warehouse are pre-processed and structured. That is the difference, right? Now friends, let's shift our focus to the next question. Friends, if you are looking for a study material for the IT and DB through which many aspirants have cracked the examination, you can WhatsApp me on the number 8292857381, or in the description section of this video you will get the link to the course. In the course you will get previous year memory based question with their in-depth explanation. Also you get 2000 plus MCQs for practice purpose and the concise notes for quick revision. So it will ultimately help you to ace your examination in the very first attempt. And obviously many aspirants have cracked the examination using our material. You can also look for it in the first attempt itself. Now the question is, which of the following statement correctly describe the feature of the NETC, that is called National Electronic Toll Collection System in India? Option A, FASTag can be transferred from one vehicle to another easily. Option B, NETC use RFID technology allowing toll payment while the vehicle is in motion without stopping at the toll plaza. Option C. FASTag payment require cash transaction at toll plaza if balance is insufficient. Option D. NETC toll payment are only valid at toll plaza managed by the issuing bank of the FASTag. The question is, which of the following statement correctly describe a key feature of the NET system? So let's look at the option number A. This is wrong. Why? Because FASTag is linked to a specific vehicle and it cannot be transferred to another vehicle. Think of it like a car specific ID. Only that car can use it, right? What about B? Yes, this is the correct answer. This is how it works. Let's see how it works. FASTag is a sticker and this sticker is having RFID. What is RFID? Radio Frequency Identity Distribution, right? On your car windscreen, there is a FASTag sticker. When your vehicle passes through a toll plaza, the system automatically reads the tag and deduct the toll from your linked account without making you stop. For example, imagine driving on a highway and the toll is deducted while you drive through. Saving time, saving fuel, that is the magic of NETC. What about option C? This is partially true but misleading. While you cannot use FASTag if your balance is insufficient, you must pay cash separately, so it is not a normal feature of FASTag. The key feature of NETC is that contactless automatic payment while moving, no cash fallback. What about D? D says that D is again wrong. One of the main benefit of NETC is interoperability. What is the meaning of it? That you can use your FASTag at any toll plaza across India, no matter which bank issued it. So the correct answer to this question is option number B, right? So remember, NETC stands for National Electronic Toll Collection, right? And it is done using FASTag. FASTag is a kind of RFID sticker, right? Is a kind of RFID sticker linked to your vehicle account. Toll is deducted automatically while driving, no need to stop. FASTag is vehicle specific. It is now non-transferable. You can use FASTag at any toll plaza in India, fully interoperable. The question is, in the context of MPOS or the mobile point of sale, what is the meaning of SLED? Yes, very good question. This was asked in the recent examination. What is SLED? Option A, a software app that processes payment on the smartphone, a handheld docking station that connect card reader or barcode scanner to a mobile device, a type of credit card used specifically for mobile payment, a wireless technology used for communication between the devices. So which option do you think is correct? So option number A, a software app that process payment on a smartphone. This is wrong. While MPOS app do process payment, SLED is not a software, it is a physical device. So this option is incorrect. Option number B is the correct one. You can think of SLED as a small gadget that clips onto your smartphone or tablet holding a card reader or a scanner. It allows your mobile device to become a portable cash register. For example, if you are a street vendor selling snacks, you can attach a card reader to your phone using SLED and accept payment anywhere. No bulky POS machine is required. So SLED is a card reader you can attach to your mobile phone, right? And using SLED, you can accept payment anywhere. No bulky POS is required. That is the future of SLED. What about option C? Again, it is wrong. SLED has nothing to do with the card themselves. It is a device that connects the card reader to your phone. What about option D? Again, it is wrong. SLED may use Bluetooth or cable to connect, but it is not a wireless technology. It is physical docking station. So the correct answer is option number B. Please remember, SLED is a handheld docking station. So SLED is a handheld docking station for MPOS. It is attached to a smartphone or tablet. It holds card reader, barcode scanner or other peripheral. It enables mobile on-the-go payment acceptance, perfect for merchant, vendor or moving sellers. I hope SLED we have discussed right now. Yes, very good question which is asked every year. Which of the following correctly match the component of CIA triad in information security? Right, CIA triad they are asking you. Very good question it is. So options are A, confidentiality, which means data is accessible to everywhere. Integrity, which means data changes are unrecorded. Availability, which means data is rarely accessible. Option B, confidentiality, only authorized access. Integrity, data remain accurate and unaltered. Availability, data accessible when needed. C, Confidentiality, data is shared publicly. Integrity, which means data often changes without control. Availability, which data is completely offline. D. Confidentiality, data encrypted only at the rest. Integrity, which changes to data are ignored. Availability means data accessed only by IT admin. Very good question. Let's look at the option number A. This is wrong. In fact, this is the opposite of what the CIA triad made. We don't want everyone to access data. We want changes to be tracked. And data should be readily available, not rarely accessible. Option number B. This is the correct answer. Confidentiality means only the right people can see the data. Imagine your bank account detail. No one else should see them. Integrity means data stay correct and unchanged. Data stay correct, data stay unchanged unless authorized. For example, your bank balance should not be changed randomly. Availability. Availability means data is available when you need it. For example, you should be able to check your bank account anytime without any downtime. What about option C? Yes, this is wrong. This is literally the opposite of what we want. Data should not be public. It should not change without control. It should be accessible, not offline. Option number D is again wrong. CIA trade is broader than this, right? Confidentiality is not about only encryption. Integrity requires proper tracking of changes. And availability is for all authorized user, not just IT admin. So the correct answer to this question is option number B. Please remember it. Confidentiality means only authorized access. Integrity means accuracy and unaltered data. Availability means data accessible when required, right? And this question is asked every examination. Please memorize it. CIA tried. Now the question is, what is the key feature of USSD *99 has based mobile banking that differentiate it from SMS based service? Option number A. Require internet connectivity for transaction. B. Establish a real-time session establishing two-way interactive communication. C. Only support one-way message like SMS. D. Require installation of a mobile banking application. What do you think about it? A, B, C or D? So friends, if you talk about option A, it is wrong. Why? Because one of the best thing about USSD is that it does not need internet. You can use it on any basic phone as long as you have mobile network coverage. What about option B? Option B is the correct answer. Let me explain in the simple word. USSD open a live session between your phone and the bank. A live session, okay? You can select menu option like enter amount, get instant response, all in the real time. For example, when you dial *99# to check your balance or to transfer fund, the menu pop up immediately and you can interact with it step by step. Unlike SMS, you don't have to wait for message to be sent and received. What about C? Support one-way message? No, this is wrong. SMS is one way. You send a message, wait for a reply. USSD is interactive. It is conversation between you and the bank in the real time. What about option D? It is again wrong. USSD work on any phone without any app. All you need is the basic phone and mobile network access. So the correct answer to this question is option number B. Right. So remember, what we learned from this question is that full form of USSD is unstructured supplementary service data. Right. It is used over GSM network. It is a *99# service for mobile banking. No internet or no app is required. Real-time session, that is a two-way interaction with the bank menu. Ideal for bank inquiry, fund transfer, menu-driven banking. Right. Now the question is, which of the following statement correctly describe the functionality of NUUP? That is *99# mobile banking service. Again, this is related to the previous one. Option A. It required the installation of a specific banking app and internet connectivity on the mobile phone. Option B. It provides banking service through USSD or any GSM mobile phone without requiring internet or app installation. Option C. It is available only to the user of the smartphone with Wi-Fi capacity or capability. Option D. It can be accessed exclusively on computer or tablet. What do you think about it? So option number A is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because NUUP work without any app, without any internet. Even a basic phone can use it. So this is incorrect. Option B is the correct answer. Here's the simple way to think about it. NUUP allow you to dial *99# on your phone and see a menu right on the screen. From there, you can check your balance, transfer money or view mini statement. For example, even if you don't have a smartphone or data plan, you can still do banking using a small feature phone. What about C? This is wrong. NUUP work on any GSM phone, even basic phone without Wi-Fi or internet. What about option D? Option D is again wrong. NUUP is a mobile service, specifically designed for phone. Computer and tablet are not required. So the correct answer is option number B. NUUP provide banking service through USSD on any GSM mobile phone without needing internet, without needing app. Friends, if you think that this video is adding value to your preparation, please hit that like button. This will motivate me to make more such content. The question is, which of the following best describe the Internet of Things in modern household and industry? Option A, physical devices connected only to the internet for data storage. Option B, physical object is embedded with microprocessor and sensor communicating over local network. Option C, computer that run on cloud service for processing. Option D, only a smartphone and computer with internet access. So if you look at the option A, it is wrong. IoT is much broader than just phone. It includes all kind of physical device that can communicate, that can act. Option B is the correct one. IoT is a smart network of device. These devices could be fridge, car, light, industrial machine, even toys. Basically anything with sensor and a small computer inside. For example, imagine your smart fridge detect that you are out of milk and automatically order some online. Or your smart thermostat adjust the temperature based on your preference. All of this happen without you lifting a finger, thanks to the IoT, Internet of Things. Option number C is wrong. While IoT is used in the industry, it is not limited to industrial machine. It is everywhere, from home to cities. And option number D is also wrong. Wearable like smart watches, these are the part of IoT. But IoT include many other devices, not just wearable. So IoT means Internet of Things. These are the devices like physical object with sensor and microprocessor. They communicate and act via network like Wi-Fi, RFID. They can automate tasks without human input. Example, smart fridge, thermostat car, industrial machine, toys, etc. So friends, we have some more question. If you want me to bring the part 2 lecture of it, just write yes in the chat box. I will bring the part 2. And if you think that this video was useful to your preparation, please hit that like. Right, so virtual debit card may be there, virtual, co-branded card, any kinds of card will be there. So future have been asked, not a future. Let me highlight it. This is a very important part. Option number A, it exists only in digital form without a physical card. Option B, it provides unique card detail like number, CVV, expiry date. Option C, it cannot be integrated with digital wallet like Apple Pay or Google Pay. Option D, it allows customizable spending limits and instant issuance. Now which option do you think is correct? So let's see the option number A. If we talk about the option number A, yes, it is correct. Why it is correct? Because a virtual credit card is completely online, right? It is completely online. You won't get a plastic card in your hand. Think of it like digital only card for safe online shopping. What about option B? It provides unique card detail like number, CVV, expiry date. See, this is also correct. Why? Because every virtual credit card, every VCC comes with its own card number. Every VCC has its card number. Every VCC has its CVV. Every VCC has its expiry date, just like a normal card, but only for online use. So it is also correct. What about option C? It says that it cannot be integrated with digital wallet. See, this is not true. And that is why it is the correct answer for this question. You know it very well that that virtual card, virtual credit card can be added to the wallet. Yes, you can add it to the wallet like Apple Pay, like Google Pay, right? Or Samsung Pay. This make checkout super easy, right? This make checkout super easy and secure. So option number C is incorrect, and that is the correct answer to this question. Option number D say it allow customizable spending limits and instant issuance. Yes, you can set your own spending limits and get the card instantly through your bank app. No waiting for delivery. So this is also correct option. So the correct answer is option number C, because virtual credit card can be integrated with digital wallet. So what we learned from this question is that BCC means digital only. Just remember the word BCC only means digital, right? It has unique details, right? It has unique details like number, CVV, expiry, and instant issuance plus custom limits. Limits are also customizable, and they work with a digital wallet. They work with digital wallet, right? So for example, Apple Pay, Google Pay, etc. So you can think of this VCC like virtual. You can think of VCC like virtual, but versatile. Virtual but versatile. Right, it is online, secure and work with wallet. I hope that makes sense to you. Now let's see the question number 2. Question number 2 is, which statement about hashtag banking is incorrect? Yes, very good question, and this is the recent trend. They are asking this question. Which statement about hashtag banking is incorrect? So let's focus on this incorrect option. Options are: the customer can perform banking transactions through social media. Option B, basically account number and card detail must be shared publicly for authentication. Option C, a special hashtag command are used to initiate different banking action. Option D, transaction confirmation are sent via private direct message for security. Please pause the video, go through each and every option, think in your mind which option is incorrect, and then listen to my explanation. This way you can take the most advantage of this particular question, because suppose the same question exactly appear in the upcoming examination, you can answer them correctly. Now let's go through each and every option. What about option A? So yes, this is correct. Using hashtag banking, it let you do simple banking tasks using the social media. For example, you can tweet a hashtag. To check your balance or to pay your bill. You can tweet a hashtag to check your balance or pay your bill. That is point. What about option B? See, this is not true, and that is why it is the correct answer. Yes, option number B is incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Because you never share your account number or card detail publicly. The bank uses your linked social media account for authentication, so your details stay private. What about option C? Yes, it is correct. That you use predefined hashtag. So there are some predefined hashtag, right? Predefined hashtag like hashtag balance, hashtag pay bill, to tell the bank what you want to do. What about option D? Yes, option D is also correct, because after you use a hashtag, the bank send confirmation through a private message, not in public tweet, right? So bank always send confirmation using a private message. They don't do public tweet. This keep your information safe. So the correct answer to this question is option number B, because incorrect have been asked, right? Which is incorrect. Option B is correct. That is the answer. So remember, hashtag banking just means banking via social media, right? Banking via social media, that is called hashtag banking. And use hashtag for action like balance check. You can use hashtag for action like balance check or bill payment. No public sharing of account detail. Confirmation comes in private message for security. So just remember, hashtag banking means two things. First of all, hashtag and plus privacy. These two combined together, that is called hashtag banking, right? You use your hashtag but your details stay private. Use your hashtag and your details stay private. That is called hashtag banking. Now the question is, who is widely regarded as the father of artificial intelligence and why? Very good question. Option A, Alan Turing for introducing the concept of machine learning. Option B, John McCarthy for coining the term artificial intelligence. Option C, Marvin Minsky for developing early neural network. Option D, Herbert Simon for creating expert system. So let's look at option number A. Alan Turing, he was a genius and he gave us the famous Turing test. You might have heard about the Turing test, right? So this Turing test check if a machine can think like a human or not. So he inspired AI, but he did not coin the term or officially started the field. So that's the incorrect. What about option B, John McCarthy? Correct. So John McCarthy, he named the field artificial intelligence in the year 1955, right? And organized the Dartmouth. He organized the Dartmouth conference in 1956, which is considered the official birth of artificial intelligence. He also created LISP. You know what is LISP? LISP is a programming language which is used in AI research. Correct answer is option number B. So friends, John McCarthy is called father of AI. He coined the term AI in the year 1955. He organized the Dartmouth conference in the year 1956. He invented LISP programming language, right? So you can think of McCarthy made AI. Easy to remember, right? Now friends, if you want PDF of all the previous year questions which have appeared in the year 2025, starting from February till the November, it is available in our course. The course name is Digital Banking Course. It is available on our app. App name is JIV and CIV Made Simple. The link of app is provided in the description section, or you can personally WhatsApp me on this particular number to get more detail. In addition to the previous year question, you get capsule content for quick revision. You get unit-wise theory, unit-wise MCQs as per the syllabus prescribed by the IIBF. Now friends, the next question is, which of the following statement about big data is true? Right, very good question. So options are, big data is characterized by volume, velocity and variety. Option B, no SQL database required strictly two-dimensional table structure. Option C, big data tool like MongoDB, HBase cannot handle irregular record size. Option D, big data refers only to structured data stored in relational database. So which is true? So in the previous two questions we have seen which is false. Now they are asking which is true. So option number A, let's start with. So big data is characterized by three V's. Correct. There are three V's. What are three V's? The first V is volume. Volume means huge amount of data, like millions of social media posts every day. That's called volume, right? That's called, the huge amount of data. That's called volume. The second V is velocity. Velocity means, data comes in super fast, like, live stock market update. Super fast. Data comes in super fast, like live stock market update. And the third thing we have is variety. Variety means, different types of data. Like data can be in the form of text. It can be in the form of videos. It can be in the form of sensor data, right? So different form of varieties can be there. So that's the peculiarity of big data. Velocity is there, volume is there, and variety is there. Volume is huge amount of data. Velocity means, data comes in super fast, and variety means different types of data. Option B is saying no SQL database requires strictly two-dimensional table structure. This is wrong, right? Option B is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because no SQL database are flexible. It is flexible, right? They don't stick to rigid row and columns like traditional database. They can store data in documents, key value, pair, or graphs. So it's saying that no SQL database requires strictly two-dimensional table structure. That is wrong, because they don't stick to rigid row and column. They store data in documents. They store data in, key value pair and also graphs. Now, that's why two-dimensional structure saying it's wrong. What about option C? Big data tool like MongoDB and HBase cannot handle irregular record size. This is also incorrect. Why? Because these tools are designed to handle irregular and unstructured data easily, right? So that's why they are popular for big data. And option number D, it's saying cannot handle. They cannot, no, they can handle them. The big data refers only to structured data stored in relational database. So this is wrong, because big data include structured, semi-structured, unstructured, all kinds of data. You can think of tweets. Think about the tweets. Think about the videos. Think about the logs. Not just neat tables, right? So unstructured, semi-structured, all kinds of data it can handle. That's why it is wrong. Correct answer is option number A, right? So remember that big data just means 3V: volume, velocity, and variety. Volume means huge. When I say volume means, huge amount of data. Velocity means data arrive very fastly. And variety means different types of data that we have, right? And no SQL, please remember, whenever I talk about no SQL, remember it is flexible. It is flexible, but not rigid table. It's not rigid table. It's quite flexible. And big data tools handle irregular data. I told you, big data handles the irregular data, right? And it includes all kinds of data, whether it is structured, unstructured, or semi-structured. All kinds of data are handled by big data. Now you can think of big data is big. Why? Because because of the three V's. What are three V's? Velocity, variety, and volume. Just remember these 3 points. Now friends, let's see the next question. Which of the following correctly describe a portable terminal? Very good question. So options are, it can be used anywhere without any range limitation, similar to mobile network. Option B, it operates within a specified radius of a base station connected to the merchant telephone line. Option C, it requires internet connectivity and is mainly used for e-commerce transaction. Option D, portable terminal is primarily used in the banking sector for ATM operation. Very good question. You have to tell me that which option is correctly describing a portable terminal. Now let's look at option number A. Option number A is wrong, right? Why it is wrong? Let me explain. It is wrong because it explains that is mobile network, that is mobile terminal. That is mobile terminal, right? Which works anywhere with the network coverage. A portable terminal has a limited range, right? So it's all about mobile terminal, which works anywhere, right? Anywhere with network coverage. Portable terminal has a limited range. What about option B? Option B is correct. Why? Because a portable terminal works only within a certain distance from its base station. Yes. Suppose this is a base station. There is a certain distance up to which portable terminal will work. right? It works only with a certain distance from its base station, and base station is usually inside the merchant shop or restaurant. Think of it like a cordless phone. You can move around, but only within certain range, right? You can think of it. Let me give you one example to think about it. So you can think of it like cordless phone. You might have seen the cordless phone, right? So what happened in the cordless phone? That you can move around, but only within a range. There are certain range, right? It operates within a specified radius of base station connected to the merchant telephone line. Correct. That's the portable terminal. What about option C? It requires internet connectivity, mainly used for e-commerce transaction. It is wrong, because portable payment, basically portable terminal are for physical payment. Remember, they are for physical payment, right? They are not for online shopping. They don't depend on internet like e-commerce system. What about option D? Option D is again wrong. Why it is wrong? Because ATMs are completely different machine, right? ATMs are completely different machine. Portable terminal are mostly used in hospitality, right? They are mostly used in hospitality, like restaurant, like hotels, right? For easy payment at your tables. That's the role of portable terminal. So the correct answer is option number B, right? So just remember the keywords. Portable terminal, whenever you see, just remember they are cordless card machine. You can think of them like cordless. Let me write it down. You can think of cordless card machine. First point. Second point, they have a limited range. I told you they work as a limited range of base station, and they are most common in the merchant retail outlet, like restaurant and hotels. They are not for e-commerce or ATM. So you can think of portable. There is a one way you can remember this portable. You can think of partly mobile. This way you can remember. You can move, but only near the base station. That's it. Mobile you can take anywhere, right? So, but this is partly mobile. You can move, but only within a certain range within the base station. That's it. So friends, if you think that explanation is clear to you, please hit the like button. This will encourage me to make more such content and present before you. Now friends, let's see the next question. Which of the following is true about NUUP and the *99# service? Very good question it is. Options are: NUUP requires downloading a mobile banking application and GPRS connectivity. Option B: the *99# service uses a common number across all telecom service provider and work on USSD. Option C: NUUP and *99# service are available only on smartphones with internet access. Option D: customer must have a banking app installed to use *99# service. Now let's see option number A. Option number A is wrong. Why option number A is wrong? Think about it. Because NUUP work on USSD, right? Unstructured supplementary data. So which means you don't need an app, you don't need an internet. It is designed for basic phone also. So you do not need a mobile application. That's why it is wrong. What about B? B is correct, right? So *99# service, it is based on USSD technology. Unstructured supplementary data, service data. Although, and friends, it uses the same number *99# for all kinds of telecom operator. Whether it is any kind of telecom service provider, it uses the same number *99#. It is simple and work even without internet. What about option C? It says NUUP and *99# are available only on a smartphone. Again wrong, because this system work on any GSM mobile phone. What about option D? The customer must have a banking app installed to use. No. Again, this is wrong. Right? That is the beauty of *99#. No app is required. Just dial *99# and follow the menu. That's it. So remember, we have just talked about NUUP, which is a mobile banking via USSD. No internet is required. *99# is the common number for all operator. It work on basic phone. No app is required. Right? So no network is required. No net is required. Right? No internet is required. That's it. Now, very good question we have. Which type of POS terminal is typically built on a monthly charge basis? So you should know what are the types of POS terminal we have and what are the characteristics and features of each terminal. Then only you can answer such question. So options they have given: mobile POS, portable POS, fixed POS, smart POS. Let's start with option number A. What do you think about option A? It is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because that mobile POS terminal are small. Mobile POS terminal are small. They are wireless device. Right. They are often used by delivery agent. Who use it? Delivery agent use it. Right. A small business use it. A small business, delivery agent, right? They use mobile POS terminal. they usually have transaction based charge, not monthly rental. Here we are talking about, monthly rental. So remember, this mobile POS, if we talk about, they have, transaction based charge. Obviously they have charges, but transaction based charges, right? What about portable POS? Again, it is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because portable POS terminal work within a limited range of a base station. Just now we have talked about, they work within a limited range. They have a fixed range, right? And their billing model is usually different, not fixed monthly. Yes, option C is correct. Fixed POS terminal. Why? Because fixed POS terminal are installed permanently at a merchant counter. Suppose there is a merchant counter, and at that counter you permanently install a fixed POS. Okay. So and connected via telephone line or broadband. Because they stay in one place, they require maintenance. They usually come with monthly rental fee. What about a smart POS machine? Again, it is wrong. They are advanced device with extra feature like inventory management, analytics. So their billing can vary, but they are not typically billed on standard monthly rental. Question is asking which is typically billed on monthly rental basis. Correct answer is option C, right? Fixed POS. So we have a fixed monthly fee. Remember, for fixed POS, we have a fixed monthly fee, and mobile POS transaction based charges are there. Every transaction you have to pay charge. Portable POS, limited range, different billing are there, and smart POS, advanced feature, flexible billing. So just remember one keyword. Let me write it down. Fixed means fee every month. That's it. You have to pay the fee every month. That is called fixed. Now the next question is, which of the following statement about UPI Lite is correct? So question is asking you about UPI Lite. Options are UPI Lite require entering a UPI PIN for every transaction, even for a small payment. Option B, it support payment up to 1000 rupees per transaction without UPI PIN and has a daily limit of 2000. Option C, UPI Lite cannot work offline and require constant internet connectivity. Option D, it is a standalone app separate from existing UPI application. Very good question. Let's start with option number A. Do you think that option number A is wrong? Correct? No, it is wrong. Why? Because the whole point of UPI Lite is no PIN for small payment. You need not write PIN for a small payment. It is faster and it's quite easier, right? The whole point of UPI Lite is no PIN. No PIN for a small payment. That's it. What about B? So B is correct. UPI Lite let you pay up to 1000 rupees in one go without entering a PIN. You need not enter a PIN. You can do 1000 rupees per transaction in one go, and the total daily limit is 2000 rupees, right? It may vary slightly by platform, but it is just like that, right? So without paying UPI PIN, you can support payment up to 1000 rupees. What about option C? Option C is wrong. Why? Because UPI Lite can work offline using NFC or QR code. Perfect for area with poor internet. It can work offline. It can work, right? It can also work with NFC, near field communication. What about option D? Option D is wrong, because UPI Lite is built inside existing UPI app. It's not a standalone app. Suppose you have a phone pay, right? You have a Paytm, you have a Google Pay. So you can use UPI Lite inside the app. So the correct answer is option number B, right? That's the point. So remember the key points. UPI Lite is fast, PIN free, small payment, 1000 rupees per transaction, 2000 rupees daily limits, and it can work offline also, and inside existing UPI, not separate. Just remember the key point. Now the question is, which of the following is not considered a digital banking channel? Very good question it is. It is asking you to tell that which is not a regular banking channel. Sorry, digital banking channel. That's the point. So option A, mobile banking, ATM, online banking, branch using CBS. So which option do you think is not a digital banking channel? A, B, C or D? Just let me know. Quite simple. What do you think about mobile banking? Is this a digital banking channel? Of course it is, right? Because mobile banking is using your smartphone to do banking, like checking your balance, transferring money, or paying bill through an app. Obviously, you don't need to visit the bank. 100% digital. Correct. What about ATM? ATM stands for automated teller machine. You can withdraw cash, check your balance, and deposit money without going inside the branch. It is also considered a digital channel. What about online banking? This is when you use a computer or a laptop to log into your bank website and do transaction. Again, no need to visit the branch. It is digital. What about branch using CBS? This is not. CBS means core banking system. This helps bank connect all branches, right? It helps to connect all the kind of branches So your account work everywhere. But here's the catch. You still have to go to the branch. You still have to go to the branch physically. Yes, you have to go to the branch physically to use it. So this is not a digital channel. Option number D is correct. Right? So that's the point. Suppose you want to transfer money to your friend. If you are using your mobile app, mobile banking. If you go to an ATM, ATM channel. If you log into your laptop, that is online banking. If you want into the branch and ask the cashier, then you have the branch using CBS. So digital channel means, no physical visit. That's it. How to identify? Just see in which option you don't have to do the physical visit. Right? So branch using CBS is obviously physical, not digital. Now the question is, what is the maximum daily cash withdrawal limit at POS device for debit card in tier 3 to tier 6 city? Options are 1000, 2000, 5000, 500. Very good question. So friends, option number A is saying 1000. So 1000 is the limit for tier 1 and tier 2 city. If you have question where tier 1 and tier 2 city, that would be the correct answer. So if you are in a for a big metro and large town, so 1000 is the correct, but only for those areas. What about 2000? Yes, this is the right answer because they are asking about tier 3 to tier 6 city. So that means a small town, right? A small town or villages, rural areas, right? So if you are in a village or a small city, you can withdraw up to 2000 rupees per day at a POS machine. What about 5000? It sounds tempting, but no, 5000 is not allowed under RBI rule for POS withdrawal. 500, again too low. So suppose you are shopping at a local store in a small town and need cash. Instead of finding an ATM, you can swipe your debit card at the shop POS machine and take out 2000 rupees. In the big city, the limit would be 1000 rupees. That's it. So just remember, POS cash withdrawal is allowed on debit card and open loop prepaid card. It is allowed on both the thing. Either on debit card and open loop prepaid card. Limit is 1000 rupees per day in tier 1 and tier 2, 2000 rupees per day in tier 3 to tier 6. And one more point is that customer charge, if any, cannot exceed 1% of the transaction amount. This is a very important thing. This question was asked, right? Please remember, charges, if any charges has to be deducted, it cannot exceed. Suppose transaction amount is 10,000. So what is 1% of that 10,000? Obviously it is 100, right? So you cannot exceed that. So transaction charge, customer charge cannot exceed 100 rupees. Now the question is, which of the following is not a general search engine sites? Option they have given: Bing, Baidu, Yahoo, SearchBuddy. What do you think? So Bing, yes, Bing is a Microsoft search engine. You can use it to find website, image, video, just like Google. So yes, it is a general search engine. Baidu is China's most popular search engine. It works like a Google, but mainly for Chinese user. So this is a search engine. Yahoo, you know it very well. It started as a web directory. It started like a web directory, right, and became a search engine. It is still used for searching the web. So you can count it as general search engine. What about SearchBuddy? No, this is not. This is not a mainstream search engine. It is usually a specialized tool for lesser known site, not in the big league like Google, Bing or Yahoo. So imagine you want to search for best pizza recipe. If you use Bing, Baidu or Yahoo, you will get lots of results. If you use SearchBuddy, it may not give you real general web search because it is not a major search engine. So what we learned from this question is that, if you use, a general search engine, example I've given you, not a general search engine, just example. Now, question is, which of the following statement about cryptocurrency is correct? And also the virtual currency. Options are, virtual currency is always issued by central bank and linked to the legal tender. Option B, cryptocurrency is a type of virtual currency created and verified using cryptographic method, often expressed in its own denomination like Bitcoin. Option C, all virtual currency are treated as legal currency for tax purpose in the US. Option D, virtual currency cannot be converted into fiat currency using like USD. Very good question. What do you think is the correct answer? So option number A, it says that virtual currency is not always issued by central bank. Actually, it is incorrect because it is not always issued by central bank. In fact, most virtual currency are unregulated. Most virtual currency are unregulated and created by private entities or communities. What about option B? ऑप्शन बी बारे में मैंने आपको बताया कि एक तरह का डिजिटल मनी होता है, हमेशा अनरेगुलेटेड है, किसी सेंट्रल बैंक से लिंक नहीं होता है, और क्रिप्टो करेंसी एक सबसेट होता है वर्चुअल करेंसी का जो क्रिप्टोग्राफी यूज होता है. मतलब समझिए कि यदि ये वर्चुअल करेंसी है तो इसका एक पार्ट होगा क्रिप्टो करेंसी, समझे, से छोटा सा पार्ट है, इसीलिए सबसेट कहा जाता है. तो बहुत सारे क्रिप्टो करेंसी को आप रियल मनी में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. आइए अगला सवाल देखते हैं, इनमें से कौन सा जनरली सबसे सिक्योर मेथड है ऑथेंटिकेशन का. OTP, रेटिना स्कैन, की कार्ड, पासवर्ड। देखिए OTP टेम्पोररी पासवर्ड होता है जो कि आपके फोन या मेल में जाता है, ये एक्स्ट्रा सिक्योरिटी ऐड करता है, लेकिन यदि आपका फोन हैक हो गया, सिम स्वैप हो गया तो कोई भी चुरा सकता है, तो ये तो नहीं होगा। रेटिना स्कैन सही जवाब है, क्योंकि रेटिना स्कैन एक बायोमेट्रिक तरीका है जो कि आपके यूनिक पैटर्न ऑफ ब्लड वेसल को यूज करता है, जो कि आपके आंख में होता है। ये इम्पॉसिबल है कि आप इसको कॉपी कर सकें या चुरा सकें, तो हाईली सिक्योर होता है। की कार्ड दोस्तों ये चोरी भी हो सकता है, स्टोर कोई चुरा भी सकता है, छूट भी सकता है, या डुप्लीकेट भी बन सकता है, तो कन्वीनियंट तो है लेकिन मोस्ट सिक्योर नहीं है। और पासवर्ड की बात कर ले तो पासवर्ड वीकेस्ट होता है दोस्तों, तो आप किसी को गेस कर सकते हैं, हैक कर सकते हैं और लीक भी कर सकते हैं, समझे ना। तो सिंपल सी बात है, सबसे सिक्योर पूछा गया है तो रेटिना स्कैन होगा। चलिए ऑथेंटिकेशन के लिए नेक्स्ट पॉइंट है कि आपका विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज द बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस टू प्रिवेंट फिशिंग इन यूपीआई ट्रांजेक्शन। तो पहले फिशिंग होता क्या है वो समझ लीजिए। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ फिशिंग एंड द क्वेश्चन इज विच इज द बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस। So options are share UPI PIN and OTP with bank official when requested. Approved UPI collect request from unknown source to avoid delays. Always verify the sender's contact or URL before entering credential. Click on link in unsolicited email to confirm authenticity. So tell me, which one is the best practice to prevent phishing? Option number A, it is wrong, because you should never share your UPI PIN or OTP with anyone, not even the bank official. Bank never asks for this detail. What about option B? Option B is approving UPI collect request from unknown source is very risky. It's like paying a stranger without checking who they are. Right? That's wrong. What about option C? Always verify the sender contact or URL before entering credential. That is the correct detail. Before you enter your UPI PIN or any detail, check the sender name, check the website link. Fake link often look real but can steal your money. Click on link in unsolicited email. This is wrong. Because click on link in a random email or message, big no. Right? No. Why? Because this link can lead to fake website designated to steal your credential. So imagine you get a message saying that your account will be blocked. Click here to confirm. If you click without checking, you might land on a fake site. So instead, always verify the link or use your official banking app. Right? I hope it is clear. Now the question is, which of the following is considered an element of the technical SEO, search engine optimization? Options are keyword density, meta description length, website speed and mobile responsiveness, and social media engagement. So keyword density in a blog content. So this is about how often keyword appear in your content. It's all about how often keyword appear in your content. It is important, but it does not fall under on page SEO. It is not a technical SEO. So this is wrong. What about B? Meta description length. So meta description helps search engine understand your page, right? But again, this is the part of on-page SEO. It's a part of on-page search engine optimization. Option number C, website speed and mobile responsiveness. This is the correct answer. Why? Because, technical SEO focused on the back end. So we are talking about technical SEO. They focus on the back end, right? So basically making your site fast, mobile friendly, easy for search engine to crawl. If your site loads slowly or does not work well on phone, your ranking will suffer. What about option D, social media engagement? This is about the like, share, comment on social platform. That is, off-page SEO. That is called off-page SEO, not technical. So there are three kind of SEO. One is called on-page SEO. On-page SEO, you can think of website like a car. Think of the website like a car. On-page SEO means, the paint and design. That is, that is the keyword. This keyword and the meta tag, they are called, meta tag, on page SEO. There are something called, off page SEO. What is off page SEO? So the reputation, right? That like social media buzz, that is called off page SEO. And finally, we have technical SEO. What is technical SEO? The engine and the tire, like speed, mobile friendliness, secure HTTP. Without a good engine, the car won't run smoothly. That's called technical SEO. So technical SEO is like, back-end improvement for better performance and better crawlability. It includes website speed, mobile responsiveness, secure HTTP, XML sitemap, and, fixing the crawl error. And, this keyword density and QR is primarily a mobile payment solution for which type of transaction? B2C, M2P, P2M, P2P. B2C is business to customer. So, this is about business selling product or services to customer. It's a broad term. It's not specified to Bharat QR only. That's why it is wrong. M2P means merchant to person. Merchant to person means merchant paying customer, which is rare. Merchant paying customer is rare. Bharat QR is not designed for this. P2M means person to merchant. Yes, this is the correct one. So it let the customer, he can pay a merchant, that is a shopkeeper, by scanning a QR code. Right? So no need to swipe card or enter detail. That's called Bharat QR. What about option D, P2P, person to person? So this is for sending money to friends or family. App like UPI handle it, but Bharat QR is mainly for paying the merchant. So imagine you are at grocery store. Instead of giving cash or swiping your card, you open your banking app, scan the Bharat QR code at the counter and pay instantly. That is P2M. That is person to merchant, right? Now, the next question is, which of the following statement about EMB is correct? You know, options are, option A, EMB stand for Europay, MasterCard and Visa and require card to have a chip. Option B, EMB card store data on a magnetic strip similar to traditional card. Option C, EMB mag strip card is possible but not an EMB chip card. D, EMB standards were created by Visa alone for POS transaction. So if we talk about option A is correct. Why? Because yes, this is the correct definition of EMB, Europay, MasterCard and Visa. It uses a chip on your card to make transaction more secure. What about option B? It is wrong. Because EMB card does not store data on a magnetic stripe. It never stores data on a magnetic stripe. Right? Basically what they use an integrated chip that make it harder for fraudster to copy your data. So earlier magnetic stripe were used, but no longer. Now option C is confusing, right? EMB requires a chip. So you can have a non-EMB chip card, but EMB with only a mag strip is not possible. What about D? EMB standard were created by Visa alone? No, it were developed by 3 companies. What are the name of those 3 companies? Europay, MasterCard and Visa. So you can think of chip like a mini computer inside your card. When you pay at a shop, the chip talks to the machine and verify your card securely. Magnetic stripe are like old cassette tape, easy to copy. Chips are like encrypted USB device, much safer, right? That's the role of chip. The next question is, which of the following statement best describe the behavioral sensor biometric? Options are authentication based on physical trait like fingerprint or retina pattern. Option B, verification using behavioral pattern such as typing speed, gait or touchscreen gesture. Option C, identification through hardware token and smart card. Option D, authentication using one-time password sent via SMS. So let's see option number A. Option number A is all about, physical traits. It's talking about the physical traits. What do you think? Like fingerprint or retina scan. So that is called, physiological biometric. That is called physiological biometric. Right. This is not behavioral biometric. What about option B? This is correct. Why? Because behavioral biometric looks at how you behave. It looks at your behavior, how you behave. Right. Your typing rhythm. Right. Your typing rhythm. How you swipe on your phone. Or even how you walk. These patterns are unique and very hard to copy. Right. So that is how the verification is done. Using the behavioral pattern. What about C? It says hardware token. Hardware token and a smart card are physical devices which are used for authentication. But they are not biometric at all. So they are not biometric. We are talking about biometric here. What about D? Authentication using one-time password. See, OTP via SMS is a secure method, but it is not biometric because it does not involve your physical or behavioral trait. So imagine you are logging into your bank app. So if we talk about the physiological biometric, so your fingerprint scan. Fingerprint scan can be like, your fingerprint scan can be basically physiological biometric. And behavioral biometric can be the app. The app check how you swipe and how you type, your unique style. So when we talk about behavioral biometric, just remember how you act, not how you look. It's all about how you act. That is what behavioral biometric is all about. So the next time you hear about biometric, just remember, it's not just a fingerprint. Your behavior can be your password. Now, what is the maximum value limit for a contactless transaction at a POS terminal without requiring a PIN? So option A say 500. Wrong. Basically, this used to be limit when contactless payment were first introduced? The correct answer is 5,000 rupees. Too high. Sorry, not 5,000, 2,000. At a POS without requiring a PIN, right? It is 2,000, not 5,000. Imagine you are buying grocery worth rupees 1,500. Just tap your card, no PIN is needed. But if your bill is 2,500, you have to enter your PIN for safety. Now the question is, what is which term best describe the software designed to harm computer security, engage in criminal activity, or compromise the resource? Options are firewall, malware, antivirus, and encryption. So if you talk about the firewall, you know what is firewall? So the question is, which term describe the software designed to harm computer security, engage in criminal activity? So firewall is like, security guard. It is like security guard for your computer. It block unwanted traffic and it protect your system. So that's why it is wrong. What about malware? Yes, malware is correct. Because malware stands for malicious software. It stands for malicious software, right? It is designed to damage your computer, steal data, or exploit resources. Example include virus. Some example of malware can be virus. Example of malware can be worms. It can be trojans, or it can be ransomware. This can be the example of malware. What about antivirus? Antivirus is the opposite of malware, right? It is a tool that detects and removes malware to keep your system safe. What about encryption? Encryption is about locking your data so that no one can read it without a key. So you can think of malware as a burglar breaking into your house. Firewall is the security gate. Antivirus is the police catching the burglar. And encryption is a safe inside your house. Malware is a thief trying to steal your valuables. So malware is the malicious software, right? That they are created to harm the system or steal the data. Now the next question is, which of the following statement correctly describe the differentiate between open card scheme and closed card scheme? Option A. Open card scheme are used only for domestic transaction, while closed scheme allow international transaction. Option B. Open card scheme are used for international transaction, while closed are limited to domestic transaction. Both open and closed are restricted to domestic transaction. Closed card scheme are always linked to multiple banks for global acceptance. What do you think is correct? So if you talk about option A, this is wrong. Why? Because open card scheme are not limited to domestic use. They are designed for global transaction. That's why it is called open. What about option B? Option B is correct. Because open scheme like Visa, MasterCard, RuPay, International, they allow payment across countries and banks. Right. They allow payment across countries and banks. Closed card scheme work only within the specific network or issuer, usually for domestic use. So option B is the correct one. What about C? C is saying not true because open card are global, not restricted to domestic transaction. What about D? It says closed card are always linked to multiple banks. So this is also wrong because closed card scheme are not linked to multiple bank or for global acceptance. Imagine that you have a Visa card. Right? So you can use it in India. You can use Visa card in India. You can use it in US. You can use it in Europe because it is open scheme. But if you have a store specific prepaid card like a shopping mall card, it will only work in that store. That is a closed scheme, right? So Visa card is like an open scheme. You can use it anywhere. But if you have a store specific prepaid card, you can use it at that store only. That's called closed scheme. Now the question is, which of the following entities is primarily related to ATM operation in India? RBI, NFS, CRA, DFS. So what do you think? So RBI, RBI is the Reserve Bank of India. It regulates banking and payment system, but does not directly operate ATM. NFS is the correct one. NFS stands for National Financial Switch. Right. It is managed by NPCI and it connects ATM of different banks so that you can withdraw money from any ATM. So ATM of SBI, ATM of Bank of India, all of them are connected so that you can withdraw at any ATM, even if it is not your bank. What about CRA? CRA, credit rating agency. They deal with credit score and rating, not ATM operation. Question is talking about ATM operation. So CRA is wrong. DFS is Department of Financial Service. It handles policy matter, not technical ATM switching. So it is also wrong. The correct answer to this question is here. Very important question. It is asked you, which of the following statement correctly matches the given virtualization type with their description. Right. So let's look at the options. Option A, we have 4 options. Option A, storage virtualization, dividing one physical server into virtual server. Option B, server virtualization, partitioning a physical server into a smaller independent server. Option C, operating system level virtualization, combining multiple storage devices into a single unit. Option D, storage virtualization, which means combining several network storage devices into one logical storage unit. Now friends, we have 4 options. So let's check them one by one. So the option number A say storage virtualization. What do you think about option number A? See, this is incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Because storage virtualization is all about managing the storage device, right? Remember, it's all about managing the storage device, right? It's not about managing the server. Dividing one server into many is actually server virtualization, right? Not storage. You can think of it like, a big hard disk made of very smaller disk. Suppose one big hard disk is there, and this big hard disk, this is made up of very smaller disk. That is a storage virtualization, not server division. What about option B? Option B say server virtualization, that is partitioning a physical server into a smaller independent server. Yes, this one is correct. Because server virtualization means you take one big physical server and divide it into several smaller virtual server. And each one run independently. So basically each server, they run independently. That is the peculiarity. Just like slicing one big cake into many smaller pieces, everyone get their own share, but it still come from one cake. So option number B is the correct one. What about C? C says operating level virtualization, which means combining multiple storage devices into a single unit. This is wrong. Yes, option number C is wrong. Why is it wrong? Let me explain. Because operating level server virtualization has nothing to do with combining storage, right? Instead, it means running multiple isolated user space on the same operating system. So basically, whenever I say operating level system virtualization, what it means, you run multiple isolated user space, right? So it means, running multiple isolated user space in the same operating system. Let me give you one example. Suppose having different compartment in a single train coach. Just an example, you can think like this. In a single train coach, you have several compartments and each passenger feels separate, but they are still part of the same coach. That is what our operating system virtualization is all about. Combining multiple storage devices into a single unit. Means running multiple isolated user space on the same operating system. And option number D is storage virtualization, which says combining several network storage devices into one logical storage unit. Yes, this one is also correct. Because storage virtualization pools many physical storage devices and present them as a single storage unit. Let me give you one example. So imagine that you have 5 water tanks. Suppose you have 5 water tanks. Okay. Now what happened? That in different places, they are in different places. With storage virtualization, it looks like you are drawing water from one big tank, even though water is actually coming from different tank. That is called storage virtualization. Basically, you have 5 different water tanks, and storage virtualization means that you are drawing water from one big tank, even though water is actually coming from different tanks. So the correct answer are option B and option number D, right? Remember, let me just summarize the key point. Remember, a storage server virtualization means one physical server. Just remember it. One physical server is there in the server virtualization, and divided into many small virtual server. Storage virtualization means what? Many storage device combined into one logical storage. And operating system level virtualization means what? Creating multiple isolated space inside one operating system. That is called, operating system level virtualization. I hope it is clear now. Now friends, let's see the question number 2. Very good question it is. Question is regarding who pays the interchange fee in a typical card transaction at a POS. You know what is POS? Point of sale. Right. Option number A, the merchant acquirer pay the interchange fee to the card issuer. Option number B, the card issuer pay the interchange fee to the merchant acquirer. Option number C, the merchant directly pay the interchange fee to the card scheme operator. And option number D says the card scheme operator retain the interchange fee, right? Interchange fee out of the settlement amount before crediting the acquirer. So these are the 4 options available with us.
Now let's see the option one by one. So let's go through option one by one. Option number A, the merchant acquirer pay the interchange fee. So what do you think about it? Yes, this is the correct one. See, why? When you swipe a card at the shop, suppose you swipe a card at the shop, right? So the merchant bank call the acquirer. So either you call it merchant bank or you call it the acquirer, both are the same. So the merchant bank, what it does, merchant bank collect money from the bank. Merchant bank collect money from the bank, and bank is called issuer. Okay, bank is called issuer. So merchant bank, they call the acquirer, collect the money from the bank. But before the money reaches, an interchange fee is deducted, which goes to the issuer. So before the money reaches to the beneficiary, right, interchange fee is deducted, which goes to the issuer. You can think of it like this. Issuer is saying, thank for letting your customer use the card. Here is your service fee. Who is saying? Issuer is saying. Acquirer is saying. Yes, acquirer means merchant bank is saying. Right. Merchant bank is saying, thank for letting your customer use the card. Here is your service fee. The service fee is paid to the acquirer. Yes, this one is correct. What about option B? Option B says the card issuer pay the interchange fee to the merchant acquirer. This is wrong. The issuer never pay. Right. Issuer never pay. Remember it. Right. They earn the interchange fee. Rather, issuer earn the interchange fee. Right. They take the fee as a compensation for bearing risk like fraud, credit default, and maintaining the card network. So issuer get payment for bearing the risk like fraud risk, credit default risk, and maintaining the card network. Option number C say the merchant directly pay the interchange fee to the card scheme operator. Yes, this one is also incorrect. The merchant pay a charge which we call MDR. Question may be asked. See, that is the peculiarity of this session. I don't only explain the correct one, I explain each and every option. Because in the upcoming examination, you may face one question based on either of the option. So you should have a complete conceptual clarity. You know what is MDR? MDR stands for merchant discount rate. It stands for merchant discount rate. Right. So basically, the merchant pays a charge that is called, MDR to their bank. So basically, this is the merchant, and this merchant is paying what? This merchant is paying MDR to their bank. Right. The interchange fee is settled automatically between the bank through the payment system. The merchant never directly deal with this fee. So this option number C is also incorrect. What about D? D says that the card scheme operator retain the interchange fee out of the settlement amount before crediting the acquirer. Yes, it is again wrong. See, basically, the card scheme operator, who are the card scheme operator? Like, Visa, like, MasterCard, Visa, MasterCard, RuPay card. These are the card scheme operator. So they only act like a middleman. They calculate how much should go where, but the actual fee flow from the acquirer to the issuer. Acquirer means the merchant bank, right? So from acquirer to the issuer, the actual money flow happen, right? These card scheme operator, they are just middlemen, right? So the correct answer to this question is none but option number B, right? Yes, option number B is the correct one. See, so friends, if you are looking for content for digital banking upcoming examination, you can check out our courses available on our app JIV and CIV Made Simple, or you can WhatsApp me on this particular number 8292857381, right? For more detail regarding the course. In the course, I will provide you such kind of previous year question, memory based question with detailed explanation. I will provide you unit wise MCQs, more than 1000 MCQs are there for practice. And also I will provide you theory PDF. Many aspirants have cracked the paper using our content. You can also, so check out the course link in the description section of the video. So what we learned from this particular question, there is a kind of interchange fee. Please remember, there is a kind of something called, interchange fee. And this interchange fee is a fee which is paid by a merchant bank or the acquirer to the customer bank or the issuer. The issuer earn, the acquirer pay, and the merchant pay. See, very, very important thing I am telling you. See, let me write it down. So see, issuer earn. Why he earn? Because he is taking the risk. Who pay? The merchant pay or the acquirer. To be more precise, let's say acquirer. Acquirer pay. Right, merchant pay MDR. Merchant pay MDR. What is MDR? Merchant discount rate. And the card scheme only facilitate the settlement. Now let's look at the next question, which is a type of case study question, most important one, which is asked in the recent examination. Let's look at it. So the question is asking you that Rahul want to use his NFC enabled debit card to make a payment at a metro rail turnstile, which has an NFC reader. Considering a typical NFC technology limitation, which of the following statement is true about this transaction? Option A, Rahul can make the transaction by tapping his card anywhere within 10 minutes of the turnstile. Option B, that Rahul needs to tap his NFC enabled card within approximately 10 centimeter of the reader for the transaction to be successful. Option C, Rahul transaction will be processed even if his card is 1 meter away from the reader thanks to NFC long range capability. Option D, NFC card require a physical swipe through the reader, so tapping the card will not work. So very good question it is. Which option do you think is correct? Let's look at option A. Option A is wrong because NFC does not work at long distance. It is not like Wi-Fi. It is not like Bluetooth. NFC is designed for very short range. NFC means near field card. It is designed for very short length. Okay. So remember, very short range. So you can't just stand 10 meter away and pay. Right. This is the option number A is wrong. What about option number B? If you talk about option number B, this is correct. NFC means near field communication. Right. And the word near is the key here. What is the word key? Near. Okay. Near is the word. Near is the keyword. You have to bring the card very close. Usually within 4 to 10 centimeter. Right. Usually within 4 to 10 centimeter. That is why when you use a metro card or tap to pay card, you literally have to touch or hold it near the reader. That's why option number B is the correct one. What about C? C says Rahul transaction will be processed even if the card is 1 meter away from the reader. Again, this is wrong. NFC has no long range capability at all. 1 meter is too far. If Rahul try from that distance, nothing will happen. So C is wrong. What about option D? It says NFC card require a physical swipe through the reader, so tapping the card will not work. This is again incorrect. Why? Because NFC card are built for tap and go. NFC card are built for tap and go, which means no swiping, no inserting, just tapping or holding near the card, near the reader. So the correct answer is option number B. Right. So what we learned from this discussion is that NFC stands for near field communication. It works only at very short range. It works only at very short range. Whenever I say short range, it means within less than 10 centimeter. Okay. It is secure, fast and perfect for tap to pay system like metros, buses or small retail payment. No swiping or inserting is needed. Just a quick tap close to the reader. That's it. Now friends, let's look at the next question. What is the role of the BPSS? That is called Board of Question may be asked regarding the full form. Please know the full form. Board of the Regulation and Supervision of the Payment and Settlement System. So BPSS stands for Board for Regulation and Supervision of the Payment and Settlement System. So what is the role of BPSS? Constituted by the Reserve Bank of India. So options are option A. BPSS is a committee of the RBI Central Board empowered to regulate and supervise payment and settlement system in India under the PSS Act. Option B. BPSS regulate only the currency printing and circulation under the RBI authority. Option C. BPSS is responsible for managing all commercial bank day-to-day operation in India. Option D. BPSS is an independent body not connected to the RBI and does not deal with settlement finality or netting. So very good question it is. Let's go through each and every option carefully. If you look at the option A, this is not correct. This is the correct one. Yes, option A is the correct one. Why? Because the BPSS work under the RBI and it ensured a smooth functioning of the payment system like UPI, NEFT, right, RTGS. So this BPSS, it works under the RBI and it ensures a smooth functioning of this payment system. It also give a legal backing to the important thing like settlement finality. Yes, it also give legal backing to something called settlement finality, which means once the payment is settled, it is final. And also there is a word that is called netting. What is the meaning of netting? Netting means adjusting multiple transactions into a single payable amount. So this BPSS, it is helpful to the context of settlement finality as well as netting. What about option B? Option B says it regulates only the currency printing and circulation. This one is incorrect. Option number B is incorrect. Why? Because currency printing and circulation is handled directly by the RBI issue department. There is a department in RBI which is called issue department, which handle this currency printing and regulation. But BPSS is all about payment and settlement. What about option C? C says that it is responsible for managing all commercial bank day-to-day operation in India. Again, this is wrong because BPSS does not run bank. It only regulates the payment and settlement system. BPSS only regulate the payment and settlement system, right? That the bank use. Daily banking operation like lending, deposit, branch functioning are not the job of BPSS. Option B, D say that it is an independent body not connected to the RBI and does not deal with the settlement finality or netting. Which option do you think is correct? Is it correct? No, this is also incorrect because BPSS is not independent. It is saying independent body. No. It is not an independent body. Rather, it is actually a committee of RBI Central Board. It is actually a committee of RBI Central Board. Right, RBI Central Board Committee. It's committee of the RBI Central Board. And one of the most important tasks is, ensuring payment, settlement, finality and netting. So option D is also wrong. So please remember, go through each and every option very minutely because sometimes question may be asked from option number C in the upcoming examination. So once you know that BPSS topic is super important, make sure that you understand each and every context of it. So what we learned from this discussion is that, BPSS is the RBI committee under the Payment and Settlement System Act. There is an act which is called PSS Act. Under the PSS Act, this BPSS is a committee, right? This is a committee. Now it regulates and supervises the payment system in India like UPI, NEFT, RTGS. It ensures legal backing. Legal backing for what? For netting as well as the settlement finality, right? These are the 2 points. It does not handle currency printing or bank operation. Now the next question that we have, very good one. Which system is primarily used for international transactions from the India to US? I think this is the simplest question. You can answer it. So option number A, RTGS. This is wrong. RTGS is used for domestic high value transfer within India. For example, suppose a company in Delhi, it want to send 50 lakh rupees to another company in Mumbai, right? So in that case, RTGS will work. But it won't work if you want to send money abroad. What about NEFT? So NEFT, this is also incorrect. NEFT is domestic. You can use NEFT to transfer fund between bank in India, even if it is a small amount like 5,000 or 50,000. But again, not for international payment. What about SWIFT? Please know the full form. Society for Worldwide International Financial Telecommunication. Yes, this is the correct answer. SWIFT is like, international language that bank across the world use to talk to each other securely. So it's kind of international language that, bank across the world use to talk, swiftly. If you want to send money from India to US, suppose you want to send money from India to US, right? Now friends, let's look at the next question, which asks you what is the maximum compensation that the Reserve Bank of India Ombudsman can award under the IOS, that is Integrated Ombudsman Scheme 2021, for a consequential loss suffered by a complainant. So these are the options that we have. Option number A, up to 1 lakh only, including loss of time and harassment. Option B, up to 20 lakh for consequential loss, plus up to 1 lakh for loss of time, expense and harassment. Option C, no compensation can be awarded under this scheme. Option D, up to 50 lakh for any loss suffered by the complainant. So which of the option do you think is correct? So let's go through each and every option. Option number A, this is not correct. Why? Because yes, the ombudsman can give up to 1 lakh, but that is only for loss of time, that is only for loss of expense and harassment, right? So that's why this option number A is not correct. Okay, what about option B? Option B say up to 20 lakh for consequential loss plus up to 1 lakh for loss of time, expense, harassment. Yes, this is the correct one. Under the RBI IOS, sometimes this is called, RBI IOS 2021, right? If a customer suffer consequential financial loss, the meaning of consequential loss? Basically, it means, losing money because of bank mistake. Suppose there is a bank mistake and because of that, we lose money. That is called consequential loss. So if a customer suffer consequential loss, consequential financial loss, the ombudsman can award up to 20 lakh. Okay. How much he can award? He can award up to 20 lakh. Please remember it. Very, very important. Up to 20 lakh award for consequential loss, which means bank mistake. Right. On the top of that, they can also award up to 1 lakh rupees plus up to 1 lakh rupees for things like, harassment, mental stress or wasted time. Suppose a bank delays your transaction and you lose out on a business deal worth lakhs. So the ombudsman can order the bank to compensate you for that financial loss up to rupees 20 lakh. Okay, plus additional compensation for the stress and trouble caused. What about option C? It says no compensation can be awarded under this scheme. This is wrong. This scheme is specifically designed to help company. Can be awarded under this scheme. See, this is wrong. This scheme is specifically designed to help customer by awarding compensation where the bank or financial institution are at fault. What about option D? It says up to 50 lakh for any loss suffered by the complainant. This one is also incorrect. The maximum limit is 20 lakh for financial loss, not 50 lakh. So what we learned from this discussion is that, that RBI Ombudsman scheme under RBI IOS 2021 can award up to rupees 20 lakh for consequential financial loss plus 1 lakh extra, right, for mental agony or time loss. So please remember this, very, very important. Okay. And that makes this maximum possible compensation rupees 21 lakh in total. Okay. Now let's look at the next question. What is the primary purpose of data scrubbing? So the question is regarding the data scrubbing in data management. So question is regarding the data scrubbing. Option A, to identify, correct or remove inaccurate, incomplete, duplicate or inconsistent data from the dataset. Option B, to increase the size of dataset by adding extra record. Option C, to encrypt data for enhanced security purpose. Option D, to create backup of data to prevent the loss. So very good question. Purpose of data scrubbing is being asked. Let's look at the option. Option A, to identify, correct or remove inaccurate, incomplete, duplicate or inconsistent data. This is actually the correct answer. When I say data scrubbing, it means, it is basically data cleaning. So you can either call it data cleaning. This is called data cleaning. Okay. So just like washing vegetable before cooking, you clean data before using it. If there are error, if there are missing value or duplicates, data scrubbing fixes or remove them. Right. So if a customer database has the same person entered twice with slightly different spelling, so scrubbing will correct or remove the duplicate entry. What about option B? To increase the size of dataset by adding extra record. This is wrong. Option A is correct. Option B is wrong because encryption. Sorry, we are talking about option B. So scrubbing does not mean adding fake or new record. Its goal is to improve quality. Yes, its goal is to improve the quality, not increase the quantity. Option C, to encrypt data for enhanced security purpose. This one is also wrong because encryption is about protecting the data. Encryption is about, protecting the data from hackers. Protecting data from hackers by converting it into unreadable codes. By converting into unreadable code. Right? Scrubbing is about cleaning data quality, not securing it. So whenever you see this word scrubbing, is about, is about cleaning data quality. Now what about option D? To create backup of data to prevent loss. This one is also wrong because backup are like saving a copy of your file on another drive. Data scrubbing on the other hand makes sure that data itself is correct and usable. Right? So what we learned, so the correct answer to this question is option number A. What we learned from this discussion is that data scrubbing simply means data cleaning. That's it. Data scrubbing means data cleaning. That's it. It removes error, duplicates and inconsistency to make data reliable. It does not increase data, right? Encrypt it or back it up. Now let's look at the next question. Which of the following statement correctly describe the key difference between the GPRS POS terminal and a PSTN POS terminal? Option A. A PSTN POS terminal uses telephonic line for communication and is fixed at a specific location, while a GPRS POS terminal uses a SIM card and has built-in battery, allowing mobility. Option B. Both PSTN and GPRS require a wired telephone line for connectivity. Option C. GPRS POS terminal cannot be moved easily as it relies on fixed telephone connection, unlike PSTN, which are fully portable. Option D. PSTN POS terminal are wireless and powered by SIM card, while GPRS only work when connected on telephone line. So this kind of question was appeared in the examination. So let's go through each and every option. Option number A. See, option number A is the correct one. What is the full form of PSTN? When I say about PSTN, it stands for public, let me write it down. Public switched telephone. Public switched telephone network. That is called PSTN. Okay. So basically this POS machine needs a landline phone connection to work. What they need? They need landline phone connection to work. Since they are wired, they stay at one fixed place like a billing counter in a shop. What about GPRS? So GPRS POS machine uses SIM card just like a mobile phone. They can work anywhere with mobile network coverage, and because they have a battery, they can be carried around. For example, a waiter bringing the machine to your restaurant table. That is called GPRS POS terminal. This one is the correct one. What about B? So B is wrong because only PSTN POS need a wired telephone line. GPRS is a wireless. It uses the mobile network. What about C? C is the exactly opposite of the truth. You know, this is the opposite of the truth. PSTN POS is fixed. PSTN POS, you know, it is fixed. While GPRS POS, okay, you know what it is? It is portable. It is portable. What about option D? It says that PSTN are wireless and powered by SIM card. See, this one is wrong because the fact are reversed. PSTN are wired, GPRS is wireless. So what we learned from the discussion is that, you know, whenever you see this word PSTN, just remember, these are wired, these are fixed machine. These are fixed machine. Okay. So please remember it, right? So remember that PSTN is a fixed machine using landline connection. And if we talk about the GPRS POS, so they are portable machine. Okay, they are portable machine. They use SIM card and they also use what, you know, battery, right? So PSTN is like a desktop computer while GPRS is like a smartphone. This way you can remember it. Now, one more question. And you see the next question. Question is asking in a blockchain, what is the parent node or previous block referred to? And why is it important? That is the question. So very beautiful question. Ever wondered how blockchain stays so secure and tamper-proof? The secret lie in something called the parent node or the previous block. Let's break it down. Right. So options are the previous block has value included as the first record of the current block. Option B, a copy of the current block stored at the backup server for redundancy. Option C, the first transaction in the current book used to verify authenticity. Option D, a separate block created randomly to confuse hacker and secure data. That is called, you know, parent block. See, first of all, option number A, yes, this is the correct one. You know, that a blockchain work like a digital chain of block. Each block stores its own information, but also carry the each block stores its own information, but also carry the hash value of the previous block. Think of it like, you know, linking hand in a chain. If one hand let go, the chain break. This is called the parent node. It ensures that if anyone try to change even a tiny detail in one block, the whole chain after it become invalid. That is why blockchain is so hard to hack. So let me give you one example to make it more clear. Imagine that you are writing a diary. Right? On every page, apart from your notes, you also write a secret code. On every page, you write a secret code from the previous page. If someone tears out a page or changes it, the secret code won't match anymore. So that is how, you know, basically you are writing the secret. That is how this blockchain ensure trust. Yes, this blockchain ensure trust. So what I'm telling you, that suppose you are writing a diary. On every page apart from your note, you also write a secret code from that previous page. If someone tears out a page or someone changes the page, the secret code won't match anymore. So that is how blockchain ensure trust. So that, you know, each block stores its own information but also carry the hash value of the previous block. Like, you know, this is called the parent node. It ensures that if anyone try to change even a tiny detail in one block, even a small detail in one block, if anyone trying to change, then the whole chain after it become invalid. That is the point. Yes, option number A is the correct one. Now option B, a copy of the current block is stored in the backup server. No, this is wrong. Some people think that parent node are like backup stored on server. That is not true. Backup means saving copy, but blockchain strength lie in connecting block through the hash value. So this is block 1, this is block 2, and you are connecting both of them through what, you know, through the hash value. That is the peculiarity of blockchain, right? Remember it. What about option C? It says first transaction in the current block used to verify authenticity. See, other think that, you know, parent node is the first transaction in the block, but no, parent node is not about transaction, it's about a link. Remember, parent node is about the link, between the current block. Is about the link between the current block and the previous one through the hash. And what about the option D? Option D, no. Blockchain does not create random or fake block to confuse hacker. Its security comes from cryptographic hashing and the rule that every block must connect to the previous one. Yes, that is called, you know, cryptographic. cryptographic hacking. Okay, so what we have just learned, let me revise. So we talked about the parent node. Parent node means what? Previous block has inside the new block. You can see hash of the previous block inside the new block. It ensures the chain integrity. Change one block, the chain will break. No backup, no transaction, no random decoy. That's why blockchain is considered
by one. Option A says that a method where criminal withdraw large sum of money in a single transaction. So this is option number A. This option is incorrect because salami slicing is not about big transaction, right? Instead it involves very tiny, almost unnoticeable deduction over the time. For example, मान लीजिए suppose a thief entered a bank, right, and withdraw 1 crore in one go. He withdraw 1 crore in one go. That is a huge noticeable transaction. Bank and authority will easily catch such a fraud, but salami slicing is much more subtle, right? So this option is wrong. Option B says a technique where a small, nearly undetectable amount of money are stolen over the time. Yes, this is the correct answer. Salami slicing, it is a fraud technique where a small amount of money are taken from multiple account or transaction in a way that no one notices. For example, let's say a bank employee manipulate the system so that every time a customer earn interest, then rupees 0.10, that is 10 paisa, is secretly transferred to the fraudster account. Since the amount is so small, no one bother to check. But if this is done across million of accounts, the fraudster can make a huge sum over the time. And that is how salami slicing works. Teeny unnoticeable theft adding up to a big gain. Option number C says that a strategy used by bank to round off interest rate in favor of customer. Option number C. What do you think? See, this is incorrect. Bank do round off interest rate but not in fraudulent way. Imagine you are supposed to get an interest of 100.3456. This is the interest rate you are supposed to given by bank. So a bank might round off it to 100.35 for convenience, but this is a legal practice, not a fraud. And option D says a legal practice of deducting minimum service charge from the account. This is incorrect because bank do deduct service charge, but they do so transparently. If your bank charge rupees 10 as SMS alert fee, it is displayed in your statement. That is a legal deduction. But in salami slicing, these deductions are hidden and stolen without the customer knowledge. So this option is also wrong. So what did we learn today? Salami slicing means stealing tiny amount of money over time in a way that no one noticed. It is not about big one-time withdrawal. It is not about rounding off interest rate. It is not about legal bank charges. So that is why it is a fraud where a small amount are stolen repeatedly. So I hope this concept is clear about salami slicing. Right, very nice. Now let's see the next question. In the context of NG RTGS, what does XML stand for? So this is the question. We have 4 options and we will go through each option carefully. So option A say extra monetary layer. This is incorrect. XML has nothing to do with extra monetary layer because this extra monetary layer sounds like fancy, but it does not exist in the world of NG RTGS, right? So this option is incorrect. Option B say extensible markup language. This is the correct answer. XML stands for extensible markup language, which is a way to store and share data in a structured format. So what we can do? We can store data, we can share data in a proper structured format, right? So it helps different systems communicate with each other, especially in banking and financial transaction. So you can think of this XML as a structured way to store information, like a well organized grocery list. So I can give you an example of grocery list to understand it. So it's like a well organized grocery list. You can think of XML as an structured way to store information. So instead of writing everything in random order, XML categorize data properly so that computer can easily read and process it. So what did XML do? It categorize every data properly so that computer can easily read and process it. That is why XML is used in NG RTGS, right, to format financial message and ensure seamless transaction between bank. Option C says exchange management ledger. This is wrong because exchange management ledger or financial term, they have nothing to do with XML. And option D say external money link. This is wrong, right? So external money link sounds like a system that connect financial institution, but XML do not transfer money. So what did we learn from this question? That XML stands for extensible markup language and is used for structuring and formatting data, right? So that is option number B is correct. XML help in data exchange and widely used in NG RTGS for financial manage. Now you know what XML stand for in ING RTGS. If you find this particular video useful, make sure to like, share and subscribe for more simple explanation of complex topic. Right, so that is our question. Now let's see the next question. What does international standard ISO IEC 7813 define? So before explaining this question, let me tell you that if you are looking for study material for this digital banking, then friends, we have on our app, that is JB and CIB Made Simple app, a lecture, a course which is available for this digital banking, in which you get unit wise short notes, in which you get unit wise MCQs. Almost per unit there are 40 to 50 MCQs and more than that, and you get previous year question. So this provides you a fully fledged preparation for your upcoming digital banking examination, which is basically certification examination. For more detail, you can either WhatsApp me on this particular number, or you can check in the description section. I have provided you the link of the course. You can directly install the app and purchase the course, which cost only rupees 200. Right, and this course is self-sufficient to cover the entire syllabus in a short span of time, because it provides you concise notes, important MCQs and previous year question, all the things that you need to have a command over the digital banking concept. Let's start with the third question. Question says that what does the international standard ISO IEC 7813 define? So option A say security protocol for online banking transaction. This is wrong, because you know security protocol for online banking like encryption, password, two-factor authentication and firewall are covered using different ISO standard. Right, so let me talk about that two-factor authentication, or we can say firewall. Right, so these kind of thing, so they are covered using different ISO standard. For name a few, like ISO 27001, right, for cyber security. So this is not correct. Now option B says properties of financial transaction cards like ATM and credit card. This is correct, because you know ISO IEC 7813 there is an international standard that set rule for financial transaction card like physical dimension. It set rule for something called physical dimension. Right, means what will be the size of card, what will be the thickness of card. It also set rule for magnetic stripe card. It also set rule for magnetic stripe card, means what, how data is stored. It also set for security standard like to prevent fraud. Think about your ATM card and credit card. No matter which bank issues it, the size and shape are always the same. This is because they all follow ISO IEC 7813. So this standard ensures that your card can work in ATM and payment terminal worldwide. Option C say guideline for mobile banking or mobile payment application. So this is also incorrect, because you know mobile payment app like Google Pay, Apple Pay, UPI app have their own security and compatibility guideline, but they are not covered by ISO or IEC 7813. And option D say a standard for EFT, that is electronic fund transfer. This is incorrect, because you know this EFT or electronic fund transfer involve moving money between accounts electronically, like NEFT, like RTGS, like SWIFT, right? But ISO or 7813 do not regulate this. Right, so what we learned from this question, that ISO 7813 define the physical and technical property of financial transaction card, that is credit card, debit card, ATM card. It does not cover the security protocol. It does not cover the rule for mobile paying app. It does not define standards for electronic fund transfer. So now you know what ISO IEC 7813 clearly defined. Let's see the next question. The next question which were asked in the 8th February examination is that what does MPIN stand for in the context of mobile banking? Very nice question it is. So we have 4 options. Option A say mobile personal identification number. See, this is incorrect. This sounds fancy, but it is not a real banking term. You know what? Why this is wrong? Why this mobile personal identification number is wrong? Because it is not called monetary actually it is option A, monetary payment identification number. Right, now option B say yes, mobile personal identification. Yeah, this is correct. Option A is correct. Right, mobile personal identification number is correct. It is not monetary personal identification number. MPIN stand for mobile personal identification number, and this is a 4 to 6 digit code. This is a 4 to 6 digit pin used to authenticate mobile banking transaction. Think of it like ATM pin, but for mobile banking. When you withdraw cash, you enter your ATM pin for security. Similarly, when you send money via UPI or banking app, you enter your MPIN, which is called mobile personal identification number. So why it matters? Because this is important to ensure your security. Right, you know that it ensures that only the account holder can make transaction, and the second advantage is that ease of use. It is called ease of use. You know that instead of complex password, a simple pin is used for authentication. For example, if you use Google Pay or Phone Pay before making a UPI payment, it asks you to enter your MPIN. So this step ensures that even if someone steals your phone, they can't transfer money without knowing your MPIN. Right. So option number C says multi-level personal identification. This is wrong. Right, MPIN is not a multi-level security system. It is only one pin which is used for mobile banking transaction. And option number D says mandatory payment identification number. This is also wrong. Right, this is also incorrect. It is only used for mobile banking transaction. Right, so what we learned that MPIN stands for mobile personal identification number. It is a 4 to 6 digit security pin used for mobile banking as well as UPI payment. It is not monetary payment identification number. It is not multi-level pin. It is not mandatory payment identification number. It is just like ATM pin but for mobile transaction. It ensures security as well as the ease of the payment. So these are the two benefits of having MPIN. Right, very nice question it is. Now the next question is, what is the machine called that allow both cash deposit and cash withdrawal? Very nice question it is. So here we have the 4 options. So if you have ever used an ATM but wondered about machine that can also cash deposit, then this particular question is for you. Right, so first option say point of sale terminal, POS. You know this POS terminal is used for card payment, not cash transaction. So it is clear that this is used for card payment, not cash transaction. So POS, you see POS terminal at shops and restaurant when you pay using debit card or credit card. The machine processes the transaction and deduct money from your account. So it does not accept cash or dispense cash. So this is not the right answer. Now option number B says ATM. You know this is partially correct, not the best answer, because ATM is a machine used for cash withdrawal, balance inquiry, mini statement. Some advanced ATMs are also allowed cash deposit, but they do not recycle cash. Here the keyword is cash recycle. So most regular ATM only give cash but do not accept deposit. Even if an ATM accept cash deposit, it does not recycle that cash for withdrawal. So, right. And option number C says that cash recycler machine. Yes, this is the correct answer. You know, cash recycler machine or CRM is an upgraded version of an ATM that allow both. It allow cash deposit, that means you can deposit money and the machine verify and count it, and the cash withdrawal also allowed by it. Means the deposited cash is reused for withdrawal. So why are CRM important? The first thing is that it reduces ATM refill. It reduces the ATM refill, right? This is super important factor. That means bank don't have to frequently refill cash because the machine recycle deposited money. It offers convenience that you don't need to visit a bank branch for deposit. You can deposit cash directly in a CRM anytime. And real time update. So for example, let's say you deposited rupees 5,000 into a CRM, right, in the morning. Later someone else withdraw rupees 2,000 from the same CRM using their card. So instead of waiting for the bank to refill the ATM, the CRM give them part of your deposited cash. So that is why it is called recycler, right? It recycle deposited cash for withdrawal. I hope it is clear. Option number D is also wrong. It is cois banking machine. So these are mainly used in rural or remote area where bank don't have full branches. So people can use them for basic banking services like checking balance, transferring money and opening account. They do not allow cash deposit or withdrawal. So what we learned that this cash recycler machine is the correct answer. Unlike regular ATM, CRM accept cash deposit and recycle that cash for future withdrawal. POS only process card payment. ATM mainly dispense card but do not recycle deposited money. And kiosk banking system provide basic banking service but does not handle cash transaction. Now let's see the next question. Very nice question it is. Which of the following is an example of the BPR, that is called business process reengineering, right, in a bank? So let's go through each option, understand what BPR means and figure out the correct answer. Stick around till the end for a quick summary. Now option number A says introducing a new saving account scheme with higher interest rate. What do you think? So this is wrong because this is the marketing or product strategy, not a BPR example, right? So this is what we call as marketing strategy. This is what we call as marketing strategy, right? So why? Because you know bank frequently introduce new saving account scheme to attract more customer. A higher interest rate may bring in more deposit, but it does not redesign any internal banking process. And BPR is about changing how a process works, not just offering new product. Option number B say moving check clearing and account opening process to a central processing center. This is the correct answer, right? Because BPR completely rethink and restructure. So these are the two keywords, rethink and restructure, right? BPR completely rethink and restructure how a process is done to make it faster, efficient and cost effective. Now, how does this apply to banking? Earlier, every bank branch handled check clearing and account opening manually. With BPR, bank moved these tasks to a central processing center, which we call CPC, where they use automation to speed up the approval. This reduces error, delays and paperwork at individual branch. Imagine you go to opening a bank account, and instead of waiting for branch manager to verify document manually, the details are sent to a centralized system where verification happens instantly using artificial intelligence. That is BPR in action, redesigning a process to improve efficiency. So B is the correct answer. Option number C say hiring more staff to improve customer service at the branch. This is wrong. This is an HR solution. This is basically HR solution, because if a bank want to improve customer service through BPR, it might use chatbot, self-service kiosk or AI power assistant instead of just adding more employee. So hiring more staff might improve service, but it does not change how banking process works. So BPR focus on long-term efficiency, not just increasing the manpower. Option number D say increasing ATM withdrawal limit for the customer. Because this is a policy change. Increasing ATM withdrawal limit benefit customer, but it does not change the way banking operations are conducted. It is a simple adjustment to banking rules, not a major policy transmission or process transmission. So what we learned, that BPR is about redesigning process to improve efficiency. The correct answer is option number B, right? That is moving check clearing and account opening. So friends, I hope the concept of BPR is clear now, right? So BPR in a banking help improve speed, reduce manual work and enhance customer experience. So these are the benefit of having BPR, right? Now let's move to the next question. Which of the following is an example of weak AI? Right, very nice question it is. Which of the following is an example of weak AI? Let's analyze each option one by one. Option A say a self-aware robot capable of independent decision making. This is incorrect. This is an example of a strong AI. This is an example of a strong AI, right? Why? Because a self-aware robot that makes independent decision is something we see in sci-fi movie, right? You might have seen some sci-fi movie, and in that we see such type of robot. This type of AI would require human-like reasoning, emotion, consciousness, which is beyond what current AI can do. Weak AI is limited to a specific task. It does not have self-awareness. Option B say a super intelligent system that surpasses human intelligence. This is also incorrect. That this refers to super AI, not weak AI. Super AI, also called artificial general intelligence. So the other name of super AI is artificial general. Also we call it artificial general intelligence. This is another name of super AI, right? So they would be an AI system that can outthink human in every way, learning, reasoning, problem solving, even creativity. But right now, no AI system can surpass human intelligence, right? So now, option C says a virtual assistant like Siri or Cortana. Yes, this is correct. What is weak AI? Weak AI, which is also called narrow AI. So suppose question asks you which of the following is an example of narrow AI, which means the same. So weak AI or narrow AI is designed for a specific task like voice recognition, recommended system or chatbot. For example, Alexa, Siri, Google, Cortana, right? So these virtual assistants can answer questions, set alarms and control smart devices, but they don't think or understand like humans. For example, if you ask Siri, what is the weather today? So it fetches data from the internet and tells you the temperature. But if you ask, how do you feel today? It won't have actual emotional response. That is called weak AI. It performs tasks based on pre-programmed rule. I hope it is clear now. So that is why option number C is correct. Let's see option number D also. Option number D says a machine with emotion and human-like consciousness. Obviously this is wrong one, because this is an example of a strong AI, not a weak AI. AI today does not have emotion or human-like consciousness. Even AI generated conversation like chatbot may sound realistic, but they are just algorithm responding based on the pattern. So a machine with real emotion and self-awareness would be an example of a strong AI which does not exist yet. Right? So what do we learn in this question? That weak AI or narrow AI is designed for a specific task and does not have general intelligence. The correct answer is option number C. right? Option number A, that is self-aware robot, and option number D, that is machine with emotion, they represent a strong AI, and option number B, which is called super AI, is a future concept where AI surpass human intelligence. I hope it is clear. So suppose the next time question asks which are the following example of a strong AI, then you can easily answer. That is our main purpose, right? I'm not just providing you the correct answer. In addition to providing the correct answer, I am telling you why other options are wrong, right? So that you become conceptually sound. That is our main motive. If you really think that this video was useful, please hit the like button. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, promoting and selling bank product and services using electronic communication technology is what is called, right? So option number A say telemarketing. You know, telemarketing is wrong. Why? Because what is the meaning of telemarketing? Telemarketing means you are selling products or service through phone call, right? You are using phone call to sell products and services, right? So a bank call you and say, sir, we have a special credit card offer for you, would you like to apply? That is called telemarketing, marketing through phone call. But our question asks about what? Our question asks about using electronic technology like email, like SMS, like social media, not phone call. So telemarketing is not right answer. Option number B say e-banking. So this is also wrong, because e-banking or electronic banking refers to banking services provided online. It refers to banking services provided online, right? So it allows customer to check balance, transfer money, pay bill online. For example, when you log into your bank mobile app to transfer money, that is called e-banking. But e-banking is about providing banking service, not about promoting or selling them, right? So that is why option number B is wrong. A is wrong, B is wrong. Digital marketing, correct. Digital marketing, it is a broad term that includes all kind of online marketing, not just for banking. It includes social media marketing, it includes it includes email marketing, it includes website ad. For example, a company promoting shoes on Instagram is doing digital marketing, but that has nothing to do with banking. We need a term that is specifically applied to selling banking product electronically. I hope, sorry, this is also not correct answer. Digital marketing is not correct answer. Why? Because digital banking is a broad term that includes all kind of marketing, social media, email, website ad. So a company promoting shoes on Instagram is also doing digital marketing. Option number E says e-canvassing. This is the correct answer. E-canvassing refers to the using electronic communication like email, SMS, social media, online ad to promote and sell banking product. This is the keyword here. Banking product, because this digital marketing is a broad term, it includes everything, but here it is specifically asking about banking product. That's why e-canvassing is the correct answer, right? So a bank send you email offering a personal loan at a lower interest rate. This is called email marketing, e-canvassing. You get an SMS from your bank about a new fixed deposit scheme. This is called e-canvassing. You see a YouTube ad promoting a special saving account. This is called e-canvassing. All these are example of e-canvassing. So what we learned, that e-canvassing means promoting and selling bank product using email, SMS, social media and online ad. The correct answer is option number D, right? Telemarketing use phone calls, e-banking is about online banking service, and digital marketing is a general term not specific to banking. Now I hope you understand what e-canvassing means, right? So this is a super important concept to understand the meaning of e-canvassing. Now let's see the next question. Very nice question it is. When a hotel temporarily block a certain amount from a customer account during check-in, it is called. So let's go through each and every option. So before answering this question, obviously it is called pre-authorization hold. Let's move to the next question. Yeah, which of the following statement is true about the instant money transfer system, IMT, right? So this question is regarding the IMT. So let's go through each and every option. Option A say the receiver must have a bank account to withdraw money from an IMT enable ATM. What do you say? It is correct? This is incorrect, because this IMT is the key feature of IMT is cardless and accountless money transfer system. The receiver do not need a bank account to withdraw money from an IMT enable ATM. The only thing the receiver needs are their mobile number. Only thing they should have their mobile number, and they should have a secret code. The secret code sent by the sender. For example, imagine you need to send money urgently to a friend who does not have a bank account. Using IMT, you can send money directly to their mobile number and they can withdraw it from a designated ATM without needing a bank account. So since the receiver does not require a bank account, so option A is incorrect. Option number B says IMT transaction require both the sender and receiver to have an ATM card. This is also incorrect, because you know IMT transaction do not require the receiver to have an ATM card. The sender can initiate the transaction using their ATM card, but the receiver only need a mobile number and secret code. For example, a worker want to send money to his family, but his parent don't have an ATM card. With IMT, he can transfer fund to their mobile number. So their parent don't have the ATM card. So worker want to send money to his family, but their parent don't have ATM card. With IMT, he can transfer fund to their mobile number, and they can withdraw the cash from IMT enable ATM using the secret code. Option number C says IMT allow money to be sent only using only the receiver mobile number and a secret code. Yes, this is correct. The IMT is a service that allow money transfer without requiring a bank account or ATM card for the receiver. The sender initiate the transfer using their bank ATM or internet banking and enters receiver mobile number and a secret code. The receiver can withdraw the cash from the IMT enable ATM by entering the mobile number and the secret code. For example, if you urgently need to send money to a family member who does not have a bank account, you can use IMT to send cash directly to their mobile number. They can then withdraw the money from a nearby IMT enable ATM without any card or bank account. And option D says IMT can be used for international remittance. This is incorrect, because IMT is a domestic money transfer system, meaning it can be used within the same country. It is designed for instant, secure and hassle-free cash transfer between individuals in the same country, right? So let me give you some example. So I hope this is clear. So IMT, which is called instant money transfer, it is a cardless and accountless way to transfer money using a mobile number and a secret code. That is why option number C is the correct answer here. Let's move to the next question. So each and every question provides you a concept which help you in examination. Let's see the next question. Which of the following is not a type of cloud computing? Very nice question it is. Let's go through each and every option. So friends, if you are excited, hit the like button and subscribe for more such videos, right? By the end of this particular question, you will understand the different types of cloud computing in a fun and simple way, right? So let's go through each and every option one by one. The first option say public cloud, right? What is the public cloud? Let's make our concept clear. So it is a shared cloud service. Let me write down the key point. It is a shared cloud service, right? So it means it is provided by third party company like AWS. You might have heard of something called AWS. It is provided by company like AWS, right? Which is called Amazon Web Service, or you might have heard of Azure, right? You might have heard of the Google Cloud, right? So these are the kind of shared cloud service. Anyone can use it by paying a fee, just like how we subscribe to a Netflix, right? It is widely used by startup, business and individual because it is affordable and scalable. For example, imagine you don't want to buy a personal server to store your data. Instead, you rent a space on a public cloud, just like renting a locker in a gym instead of buying one at the home, right? Since public cloud is a real cloud computing type, so option A is incorrect, right? Now we have talked, let's talk about private cloud. So private cloud is exclusively, right? So question is not a type of cloud computing. So private cloud, you know, private cloud is an exclusively used for one organization. It is more secure than public cloud because only authorized user can access it. So big organization like bank, government agency, MNCs, they prefer private cloud for data security and privacy, right? So this is the type. Now then we have hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is a combination of both. It is a combination of public plus private. It is a combination of both cloud. So it gives flexibility. Some data can be stored on private cloud for security, while other can be used for public cloud to save cost. So a hospital may keep patient record in a private cloud for security, but use a public cloud for appointment scheduling for convenience. Since hybrid cloud is a real cloud computing system, so this is also incorrect. Yes, correct answer is environmental cloud. There is no such term like environmental cloud. The main three types of cloud system is public cloud, private cloud and hybrid cloud. If someone says environmental cloud, it is like saying a smartphone with a built-in coffee machine. Sounds cool, but it does not exist. That is why option C is the correct answer. So what we learned today in this question, that public cloud is a shared low-cost cloud used by multiple people. Private cloud is a dedicated cloud for one company offering high security, and hybrid cloud is a mix of public cloud and private cloud. Right, that is what we learned from this question. I hope this makes your concept clear. Now let's see the next question. What is the practice of gathering personal information to crack an email password call? Right. So this is a very nice question. So what is the practice of gathering personal information to crack an email password call? Option A say phishing. You know, phishing is a fraudulent transaction. Phishing is a fraudulent transaction, fraudulent technique where cyber criminals fake email. So you get what? fake email, right? You get fake messages or website to trick user into entering their personal detail. So you receive an email which is saying your bank account has been locked. Click here to reset your password. So the link take you to a fake website that look exactly like your bank website. If you enter your detail, hacker steal your credential. So phishing is different from gathering personal information to guess password. So option A is incorrect. Then we have spoofing. Spoofing means pretending to be someone else. Let me write down. It means pretending to be. Spoofing is pretending to be someone else, right? To gain trust and mislead victim. It is commonly used in fake email, phone call, website addressing. So a hacker send an email from support@yourbank.in, but in reality it come from a fake address like support@banksecure.com. The victim might think it is a real email and unknowingly share their login detail. So spoofing about faking identity, not gathering personal information to guess password. Option C says social engineering. Yes, this is correct. You know, social engineering is a psychological trick used by hacker to manipulate people into giving away confidential information like password, OTP or security answer. Instead of using malware, cyber criminal exploit human emotion like trust, fear, urgency to gather personal data. For example, you get a call from someone pretending to be your bank officer. Hello sir, ma'am, we have noticed suspicious activity on your account. For verification, can you confirm your mother's maiden name? If you answer, the hacker now has a security question answer which they can use to reset your password and hack your email. That is why option number C is the correct answer. And option number D say malware injection. What is malware injection? You know, this is an harmful software that hacker use to infect device and steal information. So like virus, like that spyware, right? Like there is something called ransomware. So in malware injection, hacker try user into downloading malicious software that secretly steal their login. You download a free movie player from an unknown website. The software install a keylogger that will record everything you type, including your email password. Right. So what we learned today in this particular question, that phishing means hacker send fake email or message to steal login detail. Spoofing means hacker pretend to be someone else. Social engineering means hacker manipulate people into revealing personal detail. And malware injection means hacker install malicious software to steal information. So now you know how cyber criminals steal password using social engineering. To stay safe online, never share personal detail over phone, email or message. Always verify who are you talking to. Use a strong password and enable two-factor authentication. Right, I hope this make your concept clearer. Very nice. Let's see the next question. So the next question which was asked in the examination was a father sending USD to his son in US.
It is correct. UIDAI give everyone a unique Aadhaar number, but NPCI, which is called National Payment Corporation of India, it is like the traffic police of the payment system. It connect Aadhaar with your bank account and ensure that money goes to the right person. For example, if the government want to send a gas subsidy of rupees 500 to your Aadhaar linked bank account, UIDAI confirm that yes, this Aadhaar belongs to you, and NPCI route the rupees 500 safely into your bank account. That is why this is the correct and complete answer. Option C say NPCI and SEBI. NPCI it right, just now we have saw that. But SEBI is the Security and Exchange Board of India. It handle the stock market, right? It does not handle the bank transfer of Aadhaar. Then last option is RBI and NABARD. So RBI again not directly involved in DBT transfer. NABARD, this work for rural development and agriculture finance. It does a great work in supporting farmer and rural bank, and it is not involved in DBT. So to summarize what we learned just now, that UIDAI give Aadhaar number and verify your identity. NPCI help send money to your bank account using Aadhaar. RBI manage money policy. SEBI manage stock market. NABARD help rural banking. So I hope this makes sense to you. So DBT is equal to UIDAI plus NPCI. Just remember it. Now have a look at the next question. So the question is, which of the following statement what is the primary function of memory scrapping malware on payment card accepting POS terminal? So options are: it intercept card data during network transmission after encryption. Option B, it scan the terminal RAM to extract unencrypted card track data immediately after a swipe. Option C, it logs keystroke entered at the terminal. Option D, it captures screenshot of the POS interface during transaction. So tell me, what is the primary function of memory scrapping malware on payment card?
So let's understand each and every option one by one. First of all, option A, it intercepts card data during network transmission after encryption. This sounds technical, but here is the point. Once data is encrypted, what is the meaning of encrypted? Encrypted means logged using a secret code. That is the meaning of encryption. So once the data is encrypted, it is extremely difficult for hacker to read it. So memory scraping malware does not wait for that stage. It wants the data before encryption. So this is not correct, because by the time data is encrypted and sent over the network, it is already too late for the malware to grab it. Right. Well, let's have a look at the option number B. It said it scans the terminal RAM to extract unencrypted data, card track data immediately after a swipe. Yes, this is the correct answer. Right. Let's say you swipe your card at the store. The POS machine reads your card and keep that information briefly in RAM. Right. RAM means temporarily memory. For a few milliseconds, the data is sitting there in plain text, not yet logged or encrypted. That is where memory scraping malware jumps in and steal your card number, expiry date, etc. It is like a thief sneaking into a room just before the lock is put to the locker. So that is what memory scraping malware is specifically designed to do, and that is why option B is correct. Option C say it locks keystroke entered at the email. So this is called keylogger, a different kind of malware. It records whatever is typed on the keyboard, like password, pin or message. It is a different kind of malware, but it does not scan RAM or target card directly. So this is not the correct answer. What about option D? Option D say it captures a screenshot of the POS interface during transaction. See, this type of spying is done by screen capture malware, again a different type. Taking a screenshot won't help capture the actual track data from the card magnetic stripe. So again not correct. So let's summarize what we learned, that memory scrap malware is equal to RAM scrapper. It worked, so it is same as the RAM scrapper. It works by stealing card data before encryption directly from the terminal memory. And other malware types are keylogger. So what is keylogger? Keylogger is capture what you type. Sniper, it spies on the network. Screen recorder, it takes picture of your screen. Right. So that is why option number B is only correct. Now have a look at the next question. The next question is interchange fee. Regarding the interchange fee, so interchange fee or transaction fee that the merchant bank must pay when a customer uses a credit or debit card. So what is the primary purpose of this fee? Options are to compensate the merchant for higher processing volume. Option B, to reimburse the issuing bank for handling cost, fraud and bad debt, right, and payment approval risk. Option C, to fund reward program for the merchant. Option D, to pay transaction bonus to the card network. So friends, if you want such kind of PDF in which we provide you previous year memory based question, you can check out our digital banking IFBF certification course. In the description section I have provided you the link, or you can install our app JIV and CIV made simple, or you can WhatsApp me on the number provided in the description section. Either thing you can do, you can access the course in which you get unit wise theory, unit wise MCQs prepared from the Macmillan book, as well as the previous year memory based question with proper explanation. Now let's come back to this particular question. So let's understand this step by step with an example. Imagine you are shopping at a clothing store. You swipe your HDFC debit card to pay rupees 10,000 to pay rupees 1,000. Here is what is happening behind the scene, right? So the merchant bank, say the Axis Bank, receive the payment, but to complete the transaction they have to pay a small interchange fee to your issuing bank, that is HDFC in this case. So this fee help HDFC cover things like fraud risk, bad debt, handling cost. So interchange fee are like the thank you charge to the bank that issued the card for taking on the risk and doing the behind the scene work. Now let's break down each and every option. Option A, say to compensate the merchant for higher processing volume. It sounds good but totally wrong. Merchant pay interchange fee, they don't receive them. So basically merchant pay the inter fee, they don't receive them. It is a merchant bank that paid the fee to the that paid the fee to the issuing bank. So merchant bank paid the fee to the issuing bank. It is other way around. So this is not correct. Option B, yes, this is the correct answer. This is the exact reason. Interchange fee exists. You can think of it like this. Whenever you swipe your card, your bank is taking a risk. Is this a real customer? Is there enough balance? Could this be a fraud? So they deserve to be paid for managing these things. That is why this is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. What about option C? To fund reward program for the merchant. No, this is wrong. Reward program are usually funded by the card issuer or the card network, not by the interchange fee paid to the merchant. What about option D? Option D says to pay transaction bonus to the card network. It is again wrong. Card network like Visa, MasterCard do not get paid. Do get paid, but that is through separate network fee, not interchange fee. Interchange fee go to the bank, not network. So here it is saying it go to the card network. This is completely wrong. So let's summarize the key point which we have learned now. First of all, interchange fee are the fee paid by the merchant bank to the customer bank. So merchant bank pay to whom? To the customer bank. Customer bank is also called the issuing bank. These fee help cover the handling and processing cost, fraud prevention, bad debt risk, and merchant does not receive this fee. They actually pay them indirectly. So option B is fully accurate and matches real world banking system. Now have a look at the next question. Next question say, in a POS terminal, which of the following component is primarily used for performing callbacks communication with the data center? Very good question it is. Options are printer, card reader, modem, USB port. Imagine this. You swipe your debit card at the small store to pay rupees 500. So you swipe your debit card to pay rupees 500. The POS machine needs to talk to your bank to check, is the card valid? Is there enough balance? To do that, it needs to connect to the data center of the bank or the payment processor. So the POS machine needs to talk to your bank, right? And to do that, the POS machine connect to the data center. That is where the modem comes into picture. Just like your home Wi-Fi modem keep connect your phone to the internet. Similarly, modem in the POS terminal help it connect to the bank server. Sometimes, especially with the older system, it use a normal telephonic line like a landline connection that is called PSTN, that is public switch telephonic network. So the modem plays the lead role in making the call back to get transaction approval. Now let's go through each and every option. Option A, say printer. See, printer has nothing to do with communication or data transfer. It only works after the transaction is approved, just to give you a paper slip. What about card reader? So card reader reads the card detail like magnetic stripe or chip when you insert or swipe. It is a first step, but it does not communicate with the bank on its own. It just captures the card information. The modem take that data and send it to the bank. So card reader is incorrect. What about modem? Yes, this is the correct answer. It is the main device used to make a connection between the POS machine and the data center, usually through a phone line or even a mobile network in the newer system. It ensures that transaction is secure and get approved in the time. So this is the correct and complete answer. Option C is the correct answer. What about USB port? So they are like plug-in point. You can connect external device like barcode scanner or a pen drive, but a USB port does not make call or connect to the internet. So this is not correct. So the correct answer is modem. Modem connect to the data center for approval. This is the correct answer, right? It is the brain behind the callback. So whenever you see this word callback, just remember modem to verify transaction with the bank in the real time. So there is a real time verification that is being done using the modem. Now the question is, which statement best describe the difference between HIDS and NIDS? HIDS stands for host based intrusion detection system, and NIDS is network based intrusion detection system. So options are, there are 4 options. HIDS monitor traffic network for anomaly, whereas NIDS is installed on each host to log file and process activity. Option B, HIDS operate on an individual host to inspect system log and internal behavior. NIDS monitor traffic across network to detect this rate. Option C, HIDS require installation at the strategic network point. NIDS monitor system call and file integrity on host. Option D, HIDS uses signature based detection only. NIDS use anomaly based detection only. So friends, now let's go through each and every option. Let's simplify it using an example. Imagine your house has 2 security systems. One inside the house that check your room, door and file to make sure that nothing unusual is happening. So like a file being edited without your permission. That is HIDS, host based intrusion detection system. Another one is installed outside the house, maybe on the main gate, and it watches everyone coming and going down in the entire neighborhood. That is NIDS, network based intrusion detection system. So both protect you, but they watch different areas. Now let's break down each and every option. Option A say HIDS monitor network traffic for anomaly, whereas NIDS is installed on each host to log file and process activity. This is completely reverse. HIDS does not monitor the network. It watches the host. Host means the system it is installed on. NIDS does not sit on every host. It watches network traffic centrally. Like HIDS inside your house, NIDS outside your house. So option A is completely wrong. Option B, HIDS operate on individual host to inspect system log and internal behavior. NIDS monitor traffic across a network to detect threat. Yes, this is absolutely correct. HIDS, you can think of it like antivirus plus actively monitor on one computer. And NIDS is a network watchdog, scanning for suspicious packet across multiple multiple device. So this is the correct answer. What about option C? Option C, it says HIDS require installation at a strategic network point. NIDS monitor system call and file integrity on host. No, this is again reverse. HIDS live on the host, not at the network point. NIDS never monitor system file. It only check data traveling across the network. So this option is wrong. What about option D? HIDS use signature based detection only. NIDS use anomaly based detection only. This is also not true. Both HIDS and NIDS can use signature and anomaly based detection. So some signature based detection like virus definition, anomaly based detection like detecting unusual behavior. So let's summarize the key point what we have learned just now, that HIDS is installed on each system. They watches the log, they process the file changes, and NIDS monitor network traffic. They scan the data packet, they detect the suspicious behavior, right? So they work in different places but complement each other. This is the very, very important point. Now have a look at the next question. The next question is, which of the following statement accurately describe the key difference between push and pull payment? So push and pull payment key difference. So option A say push payment are initiated by the payee, pull payment are initiated by the payer. Option B say push payment require a registered mandate, pull payment do not need a prior consent. Option C say push payment are payer initiated like credit transfer, and pull payment are payee initiated like auto debit requiring prior consent. Option D say push payment and pull payment are both initiated by the merchant in all the cases. Now friends, what is the correct answer? Let's understand it with a simple example. Imagine you are paying your friend rupees 500 on Google Pay. So you open the app and send the money to your friend. That is push payment. You push money from your account. Now imagine you have subscribed to Netflix. Every month this app automatically debit rupees 499 from your account. That is a pull payment. So Netflix pull money from your bank after you gave permission once. So in short, push means you send, pull means they take with your permission. Now let's explain each and every option. So option number A says that push payment are initiated by the payee, pull payment are initiated by the payer. So what do you think? Is this the correct answer? Tell me. Push payment, right? So is this the correct answer? See, push payment are payer initiated transaction. The customer decide to send the money, not the pay initiated. This is wrong. Push payment require a registered mandate. No, this is again wrong. Push payment are, yes, option C is correct. Push payment are payer initiated like credit transfer. Pull payment are pay initiated like auto debit requiring prior consent. Option C is perfectly correct. So push and pull concept, I think it is clear now, right? Now have a look at the next question, which is regarding the CDM, right? That is traditional cash deposit machine and cash recycler. Question is, which of the following best describe the key functionality of cash recycler as compared to the traditional CDM? So options are cash recycler can only dispense cash while CDM allow check and cash deposit. Option B, cash recycler allow cash and check deposit in one slot and can also dispense deposited cash unlike CDM. Option C, CDM are used for both cash and check deposit while cash recycler are used only for cash deposit. Option D, cash recycler require manual sorting of cash and check before the deposit. So tell me, which describe the key functionality? So there are 4 options. Now let's simplify this with an example. Imagine you walked into a bank branch or an ATM area, and there are 2 machines. One is CDM, which is called cash deposit machine. You can deposit only cash, that's it. It does not give cash back to you. It is a only one-way machine. Then we have cash recycler machine. So cash recycler machine, you can deposit cash, you can deposit check, and even withdraw cash from the same machine. So here is the cool part. It recycles that cash. It recycles the cash that other people have deposited. So it works both as a cash deposit machine as well as an ATM. Right, that is our cash recycler machine. So it works like a ATM also, and also they work like a cash deposit machine. Now let's look at option number A. Option A say cash recycler can only dispense cash while CDM allow check and cash deposit. So this is wrong. CDM don't accept check at all, and the cash recycler do more than cash deposit. So this is incorrect. What about option B? Cash recycler allow cash and check deposit in one slot and can also dispense deposited cash unlike CDM. Yes, this is the correct answer. One machine, one slot for everything. Deposit, withdraw, check, auto identification of what is what. That is called recycler. That is why it is called recycler. What about option C? It says that CDM are used for both cash and check deposit while cash recycler are used only for cash deposit. See, this is completely wrong. It is the opposite of what actually happened. Cash recycler are used for cash and check deposit and CDM is used only for cash deposit. What about option D? Option D say cash recycler require manual sorting of cash and check before deposit. No, this is also wrong. Cash recycler are a smart machine. They auto detect notes notes versus check and process them separately. No manual sorting is needed. So option D is wrong. Let's summarize the key point which we have learned from this question. First point, CDM, deposit only, because in the name itself say deposit, nothing else. No, only cash, no check, no withdrawal. Cash recycler, multifunctional. It is multifunctional, right? It accept cash, it accept check, and it also dispense cash. So it both use automation. No manual sorting is required. That is the beauty of these two machines. No manual sorting is required. Now have a look at the next question, friends. Friends, if you really think that this is adding value to your preparation, please hit that like button. This will motivate me to make more such and such content for you. Now have a look at the next question. Which of the following correctly matches the type of ATM with its description? Option A, on-site ATM installed in mall. Off-site ATM installed inside bank premises. Option B, worksite ATM located inside shopping center for public use. C, mobile ATM fixed at railway station to serve traveler. D, on-site ATM located inside or near a branch. Mobile ATM on wheel that moves between the location. So what do you think is the correct? Let's simplify with example. On-site ATM, imagine you walk into your bank branch and right there you see an ATM either inside the branch or just outside the gate. That is on-site ATM. It is located near the bank branch. Off-site ATM, imagine you are in a shopping mall, petrol pump, airport, railway station, and there you see the ATM. That is the off-site ATM because it is located far away from any bank branch. Then we have worksite ATM. Let's say there is a factory, there is an office where hundred of employees work. The bank install an ATM inside the company premise just for staff. That is called worksite ATM. Only employee or authorized people use it. And finally, mobile ATM. So ever seen an ATM fitted inside a van or a small bus that move from place to place? That is mobile ATM. It is also called ATM on wheel. It is used in remote village, festival, disaster hit area to provide banking access where no branch or fixed ATM exists. Now let's explain each and every option. Option A say on-site ATM installed in mall, off-site ATM installed inside bank premises. Completely wrong. These terms are reversed. Mall are off-site, bank premises are on-site. Option B say worksite ATM located inside shopping center for public use. Again wrong. Shopping center are for the general public. Worksite ATM are installed inside office or factories only for employee, not the public. Option C say mobile ATM fixed at railway station to serve traveler. No. It is incorrect. It is fixed. It is not mobile. Railway station ATM are off-site ATM. Mobile ATM are movable vehicle, not fixed. Option D is perfect. Right, on-site ATM near a bank branch, mobile ATM on wheel. So I hope this concept is clear. Outside, on-site, worksite, mobile ATM. I hope this concept is clear now. Now have a look at the next question. What is a schemer in the context of card-based fraud? What is a schemer? This is the question. Option A say a software used by bank to prevent card duplication during online transaction. Option B say a legal device used to speed up ATM processing. Option C say a thin illegal device placed in a card reader to copy card data and enable duplication. Option D say an encryption tool to protect PIN number during card transaction. Can you tell me what is a schemer in the context of card-based fraud? Let's simplify this with a real life scenario. Imagine you go to an ATM late at night. You insert your debit card, key in your PIN and get your cash. But unknowns to you, a criminal has slipped a teeny skimmer over the card slot. It read and store your card data as you swipe. A hidden camera or fake keypad overlay record your PIN. Later, the fraudster used that stolen data to make a duplicate card or shop online pretending to be you. That is called card skimming. Now let's break down each and every option. Option A say a software used by bank to prevent card duplication. No, this is wrong. A skimmer are not software and the bank does not use them. They are used by criminals. Option B say a legal device used to speed up ATM processing. Again, this is wrong. Schemers, they are illegal and slow down or disrupt normal processing. Option C is correct, right? A thin illegal device placed in card reader to copy card data and enable duplication. Yes, that is the exact definition of the schemer. And option D say an encryption tool used to protect PIN number during card transaction. Again, that is wrong. A schemer is still data. They don't protect it. So what we learned from this discussion is that, a schemer is a smart illegal gadget fitted over a real card slot. Their key job is to read the magnetic stripe data and often with hidden camera or fake keypad. They steal the PIN. Result is that fraudster can clone your card or use your detail online. So I think this is clear. So to protect, inspect the card slot for loose or bulky part, cover the keypad while entering your PIN, use ATM in a well-lit secure location. Now, what is card scheme? The next question is, what is card scheme? Right, in the context of banking and payment. Options are a loyalty program offered by bank to reward credit card users. Option B, a payment network linked to card that bank can join to issue or acquire card. Option C, a discount program run jointly by merchant and card issuer. Option D, a one-time government initiative to promote cashless transaction. Can you tell me what is this card scheme all about? So let's go through each and every option. First of all, let me explain with a simple example. Imagine you have a rupee debit card. The card is the part of the rupee card scheme, rupee debit card, and the card is the part of the rupee card scheme, a network that let you swipe your card at a store, withdraw cash at ATM, or pay online. Behind this scene, this scheme helps with authorization. Authorization means making sure you have enough balance, clearing and settlement, moving money from your bank to the merchant bank. Another example of card scheme include Visa, MasterCard, right? Your bank join one or more of these scheme so that it can give you card and also process payment for the other. Let's look at all of the option. Option is a loyalty program. No, this is not. This is just a reward or cashback program, not a card scheme. Option B say a payment network linked to card that bank can join to issue or acquire card. Yes, that might. So spot on. That is exactly what a card scheme is. Option C say a discount program. No, that might sound tempting, but it refers to the merchant offer, not the infrastructure behind your card. And option D say a one-time government initiative. No. A card scheme is a card payment network like Visa, MasterCard, RuPay. Bank join this network to issue card and to process transaction. It handle authorization, it handle clearing, it handle settlement. It is not a reward program or a government scheme. It is the backbone of your card transaction. I hope that makes sense to you. Now, have a look at the next question. The question is, which of the following statement best describe the mobile wallet and their growth in India? So, question is regarding the mobile wallet. Option A say, mobile wallet are physical wallet with a mobile chip used for storing credit card. Option B say, mobile wallet store prepaid money in a virtual account and have seen a steep growth due to mobile usage, UPI and demonetization. Option C say, mobile wallet are only used for international payment through bank account. Option D say, mobile wallet only work through SMS and are not linked with any app or online platform. So what do you think? Which describe the best mobile wallet? Option A. So basically, if you look at the option A, this is incorrect because mobile wallet are not physical. There is no chip or card you carry. This is completely virtual inside your phone, just like Paytm, PhonePe, Google Pay. What about option B? Yes, this is the correct one. You can think of it like this. You load rupees 500 into Paytm. Now that money sit inside your mobile wallet and you can use it to pay for grocery, mobile recharge or movie ticket. So these wallets have become very popular in India because of rising mobile phone and internet usage, demonetization in 2016, launch of UPI and digital app like Vin, right? So this is the point. So option B is the correct one. Option C say mobile wallet are only used for international payment. No, this is wrong. They are mainly used for domestic transaction like paying your local kirana store or Uber ride. Option D say mobile wallet only work through SMS. This is not true. Yes, early wallet had SMS based service, but now almost all wallet run through mobile app. You can scan QR code, send money instantly or pay on website. So to summarize, mobile wallet is a virtual container to store prepaid money. Growth driven by mobile phone, UPI and demonetization. It is used for day-to-day domestic payment. Now the question is, what is card not payment? Right? Card not present transaction means in the context of e-commerce platform. Card not present. Let's go through each and every option. Option A say a transaction where the card is physically swiped at the merchant location. Option B say a transaction where only card number, expiry date, CVV are used online without physically presenting the card. Option C say a transaction made at an ATM using debit or credit card. Option D say a transaction that require both the card and the card holder to be physically present. Now can you tell me what is the meaning of card not present in the context of e-commerce platform? Let's go through option A. See, this is not the card not present transaction. This is called card present transaction because both the card and the customer are physically present at the shop or the POS, that is point of sale. Example, you go to a store and swipe your card to buy grocery. This is called card present, right? Card present transaction. What about option B? So yes, this is the correct answer. In case you don't give your card to anyone, you just enter detail like card number, expiry date, CVV. Like buying something on Amazon or booking a moving ticket online. You enter your card detail and pay. So this is called CNP, card not present, because the physical card is not seen or swiped. Important notes, CNP transactions are more risky because someone can misuse your card information if they have access. That is why bank use extra layer like OTP or two-factor authentication to keep you safe. What about option C? Yes, here you physically insert your card into the ATM. So again, it is a card present transaction, not card not present. What about option D? Option D say a transaction that require both the card and the cardholder to no, this is not card. Remember, CNP means card not present, no physical card swiping. So used in online shopping, app payment and ticket booking. You need card number, you need expiry date, you need CVV, and often followed by OTP. More vulnerable to fraud because security measure like OTP are very essential in such kind of thing. Now the next question is very super important. It is asked in the context of information security, what does CIA TRI stands for? Very important. See, CIA options are cyber security, identification and access, confidentiality, integrity and availability, control, inspection, authentication, communication, integrity, authorization. So option A say, this sound option A is related, but it is not the correct full form of CIA. Yes, cybersecurity and access are the part of the broader topic, but CIA trait specifically stands for something else. Yes, option B is the correct answer. Confidentiality means, keeping the data private. Only the right people should see it. For example, your bank account password is confidential. Only you should know it. So tools used like, encryption, password, access control. What about integrity? Integrity means the data should not be changed or tampered with. For example, if you transferred 5,000 rupees online, integrity ensure that system record exactly 5,000, not 500, not 50,000. Even if the data is changed, it must be authorized, it must be tracked. What about the availability? Yes, it means the system or data should be available when needed. For example, you want to access your email, but the server is down. That is a failure in availability. So the solution is the backup system, regular maintenance and the good uptime. So that is confidentiality, integrity and availability. I hope it is clear now. Now, have a look at the next one. Which of the following best describe the digital behavior and marketing relevance of the millennial? Millennial means 25 to 34 age group. Option A say, millennial avoid a smartphone for financial transaction and prefer offline feedback. Option B say, companies are focused less on millennial as they are considered non-tech savvy. Option C say, millennial primarily interact via smartphone and digital marketing help company engage with them directly. Option C say, digital marketing has no role in understanding customer need or receiving suggestion. Let's say option A. Option A is not true. Millennial actually love using a smartphone for banking, shopping, giving feedback online. So option B is also incorrect. Millennials are actually very tech savvy and very important for business. So companies spend a lot of time and money to reach them through digital mean. Option C, yes, it is correct. This is the correct answer. Millennial use a smartphone a lot for chatting, buying things, banking, watching videos and more. Because of this, companies using digital marketing tools like social media ad, targeted message, analytics to connect directly with the millennial. This helps company understand what millennial want, get their feedback and build a strong customer relationship. What about option D? Digital marketing has no role in understanding customer need. This is again wrong. Digital market is very interactive. Company can get real-time feedback, track trend, improve services. Yes. So to summarize, millennial are the digital first and smartphone centric. They prefer online and mobile platform for transaction and feedback. Companies focus on digital marketing to reach, to engage and to understand the millennial better. Now, have a look at the next one. So the next question is, what is the role of the board for regulation and supervision of payment and settlement system that is called BPSS as constituted under PSS Act? BPSS is a private board. It is a committee. Yes, it is a committee. Option B is the correct answer. So friends, we have more questions available in our PDF. If you want me to bring the part 2 lecture, please write yes in the comment section. I will provide you the part 2 lecture also. And if you think that it adds values to your preparation, please hit that like button. And for PDF, important PDF, theory PDF, MCQs PDF and previous year question, you can check out our digital banking certification course on our app. Description is provided. Link is provided in the description section. Thank you. Option A, bank act like ASA, UIDA act like a AUA, NPCI handle cash settlement only. B, bank act like AUA, NPCI act like ASA and KSA, UIDAI perform Aadhaar authentication. C, bank act like KSA, NPCI as AUA, UIDA at ASA. D, UIDAI act like the settlement agency while NPCI handle biometric data directly. So these are the 4 options which has been presented before you. Which option do you think is correct? So let's see the option number A. Option number A says that bank act like ASA, UIDA at AUA, NPCI handle cash settlement only. See, this is incorrect. Why? Because bank are not ASA. ASA, what is the meaning of ASA? ASA means authentication service agency. And that role is handled by NPCI, not banks. Also, UIDAI is not AUA, bank are AUA, and NPCI does much more than just settlement. So this option is wrong. What about option B? Yes, option B is the correct answer. Because bank are AUA. What is the meaning of AUA? AUA means authentication user agency. What they do? They collect fingerprint, they collect biometric at the micro ATM and send the authentication request. That's why they are called authentication user agency. NPCI act like a both ASA and KSA. ASA means it passes the request to securely to UIDAI, and KSA means it help in Aadhaar based KYC. And if we talk about UIDAI, it does the actual matching of the Aadhaar number and the biometric and send bank yes or no. So this matches the real AEPS process, right? So option C says that bank as KSA, NPCI as AUA, UIDAI at ASA. This is also wrong. Bank don't act like KSA. NPCI is not AUA. UIDAI is definitely not ASA. So these roles are totally mixed up here. What about option D? UIDAI act like a settlement agency while NPCI handles biometric data directly. So this is also incorrect. UIDAI never handles settlement. Its main job is only authentication. Settlement of money is done by NPCI. And importantly, NPCI does not store or handle biometric data directly. It just routed request. So this is not correct. So friends, the correct answer to this question is option number B. Bank as AUA, NPCI as ASA and KSA, and UIDAI perform Aadhaar authentication. So let's summarize the key point what I told you. Let's revise in simple points. Bank AUA, that means they collect customer biometric and send request. NPCI as ASA and KSA, right? As you can see, bank act like AUA, right? So why AUA? That is called authentication user agency because they collect customer biometric and send the request, right? NPCI act like both ASA, that is authentication service agency, and KYC service agency. They passes request to UIDAI plus help Aadhaar KYC. Then UIDAI, I told you, it does the actual Aadhaar authentication, right? So UIDAI does not do settlement and NPCI does not keep biometric data. So remember these three words, very important. Now friends, let's look at the next question. Very good question it is. So the question says that which of the following statement correctly describe the *99 has USSD mobile banking services? Option number A, *99 has work only on a smartphone with internet and uses SMS for banking request. Option B, *99 has services offered exclusively by NPCI and limited to Hindi. Option C, *99 has the USSD based service available across multiple TSP and GSM provider coordinated by NPCI supporting financial and non-financial services in multiple languages. Option D, *99 has required user to install a banking app before using the service. So tell me, which option do you think is correct? So if you look at the option number A is wrong because the main beauty of *99 has is that it works even without internet. You don't need a smartphone, even a basic keypad phone is enough. And you know it does not use SMS, it uses USSD, which is like a quick hidden menu service from your telecom provider, right? What about option B? *99 has services offered exclusively by NPCI. So what do you think? This is also incorrect. This is also wrong because you know NPCI coordinate the service, but it is not there. It is not them. Telecom service provider and bank are part of the system. It is not just in Hindi. It is available in 12 languages, including English, so that more people can use it easily. What about option C? Yes, option C is the correct answer. Let's break it down. It works on USSD, meaning no internet is required. It is available on all major telecom network so that people even in rural area with basic phone can use it. On NPCI act like a central coordinator to connect telecom company and the banks. So, and yes, it is available in 12 different languages to reach more user. What about option D? It says that it required users to install a banking app. No app is required at all. That's the reason that this service was made, so that people without a smartphone or internet can still use the mobile banking. So the correct answer is option number C. So let me recapitulate the key points which we have covered. Let's quickly revise. I told you it work on a feature phone, no internet is required, support financial plus non-financial services, it run through USSD, *99 has like hidden SIM menu, NPCI coordinate, but TSP and bank are also part of it, available in 12 languages, not only for a smartphone, not limited to Hindi, no app is required. And that is how *99 has USSD mobile banking work. You can think of it like a shortcut. You can think of it like a shortcut code on your phone that directly connect you to your bank even without internet. Now the question is, which of the following statement is best define financial misselling? Very good question it is. Option A, when a customer is offered the lowest interest rate product without documentation. Option B, when a customer is advised to invest in a high risk product knowingly. Option C, when a customer receives unsuitable advice, risks are not explained or lack key information, resulting in a product not suitable for them. Option D, when the customer refuses to buy a financial product even after repeated follow-up by the bank. Very good question. So let's look at option number A. Option number A is not correct. Offering a low interest rate is not mis-selling by itself. In fact, customers usually prefer lower interest rate. Mis-selling happens only when risk or important detail are hidden. For example, giving a loan at lower interest rate but hiding the high processing fee. That could be mis-selling. But just offering a low rate with proper disclosure is not mis-selling. What about option B? This is not always mis-selling. So friends, option number B says that when a customer is advised to invest in high risk product knowingly. So this is not always mis-selling. If the customer know that product is risky and still want to invest, it is their choice. So mis-selling happen only if the risks are not properly explained or the customer is misled into thinking that it is safe. For example, selling a high risk mutual fund to a retired person as if it is a fixed deposit. That is mis-selling. But if a young investor understands the risk and invest, it is fine. What about option C? Option C says when a customer receives unsuitable advice. Yes, this is the correct answer. Financial mis-selling is all about giving the wrong or incomplete advice. For example, selling a long-term insurance plan to a person who only wanted short-term coverage. Right? For example, not telling a customer that investment has lock-in period. For example, hiding the charge, penalties or risk. So this make the customer buy something not suitable for them, and that is called mis-selling. Yes, option number C is correct. What about D? D is completely wrong. If the customer refuses, it's their right. That is not mis-selling at all. It is simply no from the customer. So the correct answer is option number C. Let's quickly revise what I told you, that mis-selling means wrong advice, no risk explanation or incomplete information. For example, I told you selling high risk product as safe or hiding lock-in period. So option A say low rate loan is not mis-selling. Option B is wrong because high risk is okay if customer know it. Option D is wrong because customer refusal is not mis-selling. I hope this made financial mis-selling crystal clear for you. You can think of it simply as selling the wrong thing to the wrong person in the wrong way. Friends, if you are looking for courses for digital banking in the form of unit-wise theory, unit-wise MCQs and previous year question, you can enroll in our digital banking certification course program. Our app JIV and CIV made simple. You can WhatsApp me on the number 8292857381. I again repeat 8292857381. Right, I will provide you the course. This course has been helpful for many aspirants since the last years, and many have cracked the examination in their very first attempt, because whatever content we provide is complete coverage of the Macmillan book as per the syllabus prescribed by the IIBF. Now friends, let's see the third question. Third question is very good question. Question is related to which of the following statement correctly describe the OOH, out of home advertising, right, and its application in the banking industry. Option A say that OOH advertising is limited to digital media platform like Instagram and Pinterest. Option B say that sandwich men, skywriting, bus shelter are common example of OOH advertising. C say bank do not prefer using OOH due to its high cost and limited reach. Option D say OOH is ineffective for brand image creation and lack flexibility in design. So very good question. Which statement correctly describe it? See, first of all, let's see the option A. Option A is wrong because Instagram, Pinterest and similar app, they are digital or social media platform. OOH means advertising you see outside your home, right, on the street, building, vehicle, public place. For example, billboard, hoarding, bus shelter. So digital platform does not fall under OOH. What about B? Yes, this is the correct answer. OOH include all those physical ads you come across outside, like a sandwich man, people wearing board in front and back while walking, right? Skywriting, like message written in the sky by airplane. Bus shelter, advertisement printed on the bus stop. So other example are poster, neon sign, wall painting, graffiti, big hoarding. Bank also love using this, especially hoarding and billboard, to grab customer attention quickly. Yes, this is the correct one. What about option C? So this is incorrect because in reality bank widely use OOH because it has huge reach. A billboard near a busy road is seen by thousands of people every day. Also compared to continuous digital ad, OOH is economical in the long run because one hoarding can stay there for weeks or months. What about option D? Option D is also wrong. OOH is actually very effective for creating a strong brand image because people see it repeatedly every day while traveling. Also, it is flexible in design. You can make creative poster, eye-catchy neon sign, even 3D billboard. So this statement is totally incorrect. So the correct answer is option number B. So let's revise quickly. I told you OOH means any ad outside your home like billboard, bus shelter, neon sign, poster. Bank use OOH widely for brand building and awareness. Why option A is incorrect? Because digital media is not OOH. Why option C is incorrect? Because bank do prefer OOH. It has wide reach and is economical. Why option D is incorrect? Because OOH is very effective and flexible in design. Just remember OOH means ad you see on the move outside your home. And that is how you can easily understand OOH advertising and why bank use it. I hope it helped. If it helped, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more such MCQ explanation. Now friends, let's look at a very important question which were asked in the examination, that the term baby boomer refers to which group of people? Option A, people born during the World War II. Option B, people born in the late 1960 to early 1980. Option C, people born from end of the World War II up to the year 1960. Option D, people born after the year 2000. Let's see option number A. Option number A is incorrect because baby boomer were not born during the war but after it. During World War II, birth rate were actually lower because family were struggling. The boom in the baby started only once the war ended. That's called baby boomer. Boom does not started during the war. So option A is wrong. What about B? B is also wrong because people born in the year 1960 to 1990, basically in this time frame, they are usually called Generation X. They came after the baby boomer. So this option does not match. So option C is the perfect one. This is the correct answer because after the World War II, which ended in 1945, there was a huge rise in the birth rate. Family were reuniting, economies were improving, and people felt hopeful again. So this period up to the early 1960 is called the baby boom. The people born during this time are called baby boomer. For example, someone born in between 1950 and 1955 is called baby boomer. What about option D? Option D, it is also incorrect because people born after the year 2000 are generally called Gen X, sometimes post-millennial. They are completely different from baby boomer. So the correct answer to this question is option number C, right? So let's revise quickly what we have discussed. I told you that baby boomer are born between 1945, which is the end of World War II, to early 1960. Option A is wrong because they were not born during the war. Option B is wrong because late 60 to 80 means Generation X, not boomer. And option D is wrong, which means after 2000 are called Gen X. Just remember, baby boomer means post-war big baby population. And that's it, friend. Now you will never confuse baby boomer with other generation. If you found this explanation easy, please hit that like button. Now friends, let's look at the next question, very important one. So the question says that which of the following statement is true about SFMS, Structured Financing Messaging System, and the ATM types? Option A say SFMS is used only for communication between different banks and has no intra-bank use. Option B say SFMS is modeled after Visa and is used for ATM transaction. Option C say on-site ATM are installed at the public place like mall and petrol pump. Option D say SFMS is modeled after SWIFT and supports secure communication both within and between the banks. So tell me which one is correct. So let's go through each and every option. First of all, let's see the option number A. Option A is wrong. Why? Because SFMS is not just for message between banks. It also works inside a bank. For example, imagine SBI has branches all over India. If the head office want to send a secure financing message to one of its branch, it can use SFMS. So it is used for intra-bank as well as interbank communication. Yes, right. So only for communication between different banks, this is wrong. What about B? B is also wrong because Visa is a card payment network, right? Not a messaging system. SFMS is actually modeled after SWIFT, which is used worldwide. SWIFT is used worldwide for secure bank-to-bank messaging. So ATM transactions are not handled by SFMS. What about option C? Option C is also incorrect because on-site ATM are those ATM which are located within or just outside a bank branch. For example, if you go to an SBI branch and see an ATM in the same building, that is called on-site ATM. The ATM at the mall, airport, petrol pump, they are called off-site ATM. What about option D? Option D is the right answer. It was launched in the year 2001. SFMS work like the Indian version of SWIFT. It ensures secure, reliable, and standardized messaging for financial transaction, whether it is within one bank or between different banks. So let's summarize the key point which we have just covered. I told you SFMS is the Indian version of SWIFT. It ensures secure messaging system. Full form is a structured financing messaging system. It works for both intra-bank and interbank communication. Intra-bank means within bank, interbank means between bank. It is not related to Visa or ATM. And I told you that on-site ATM means they are at the bank branches, and off-site ATM they are public places like mall or petrol pump. So friend, remember this, whenever you see SFMS, just think of it as India's SWIFT, Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. It is used for secure bank messaging, and don't get confused between on-site and off-site ATM. Easy, right? If you like this explanation, do share and subscribe for more simple breakdown of tricky exam question. Now friends, very good question it is. What does DDA method in EMB card? DDA called Dynamic Data Authentication Method. So what does the DDA method in EMB card involve? Option A say verifying card content using a static key without referring to the issuer switch. Option B say verifying the card offline using only the card private key. Option C say verifying the card by referring to the issuer switch for dynamic authentication during an online transaction. Option D say allowing both issuer level and switch level authentication for online and offline payment. So first of all, option A, if we talk about option A, that is actually describing SDA. SDA is called static data authentication. In SDA, the card data is fixed. It does not change. For example, think of it like a visiting card. Once printed, the information remains the same. Anyone can copy it. So this is not DDA, this is SDA. What about option B? Option B is this sound like SDA. Here the verification happen offline and does not involve live communication with the bank. That means if someone copies the card, the system cannot detect it easily. So again, not correct for DDA. Option C, now this one is the correct one. DDM is dynamic data authentication. It always happen online. This card is checked in real time with the issuer switch. Think of it like a WhatsApp OTP verification. Every time you log in, you get a new OTP, which make it very hard to copy or cheat. Similarly in DDA, each transaction uses dynamic data, making it much more secure. What about option D? This is actually CDA, combined data authentication. It combines the feature of both SDA and DDA, but the question is only about DDA, so this one is incorrect. So let's summarize the key point. We have talked about three types of authentication. One is called SDA, static data authentication, which is offline, static data, easier to clone. Then we talk about DDA, which is online, real-time data verification with issuer switch, dynamic and much secure. And lastly, we talk about CDA. CDA is combined data authentication, which is combination of both SDA and DDA. So friends, remember, whenever you see the word dynamic in DDA, just think of dynamic OTP style verification, which means online, which means secure. Right, that's it for this question. I hope you find the explanation useful. Now the next question is very good question, that what define, friends, next question is what best define a closed loop prepaid card. So options are option A prepaid card that can be used anywhere, Visa or MasterCard is accepted. Option B, a prepaid card that issued by a merchant, usable only at that merchant outlet. Option C, a prepaid card issued by bank with reloadable feature. Option D, a prepaid card issued by multiple merchant in a specific region. So which option do you think is correct regarding a closed loop prepaid card? If you see option number A, so option number A is actually describing an open loop card, not a closed loop one. For example, if you buy a prepaid card with the Visa logo, you can use it at any shop that accepts Visa, be it restaurant, online shopping or even ATM. So option A is wrong because it is talking about open loop card. What about option B? Option B is the correct answer. Why? Because a closed loop prepaid card is issued by one specific merchant and can only be used at that merchant store. For example, take the case of Amazon gift card. You can only use it on Amazon, not Flipkart, not Myntra, right? Similarly, a Starbucks card can only work on a Starbucks outlet. So that is why they are called closed loop, right? Because they are basically, but the keyword closed loop is missing here. So option C is not correct. What about option D? That is actually describing semi-closed or semi-open loop card, like Sodexo meal card or payment gift card. They can be used at a wider network of merchant, but only within that network, not everywhere. So option D is also wrong in this case. So let's summarize the key point. So I told you that closed loop prepaid card are usable only at the merchant who issued them, like a Starbucks card, right? That is called closed loop prepaid card. Open loop prepaid card, they can be used anywhere. Visa, MasterCard, RuPay is accepted. For example, Visa gift card, that is called open loop prepaid card. Fine. Then reloadable prepaid card. Reloadable prepaid card can be topped up with more money, but not necessarily closed loop. And semi-closed loop card, they are accepted by multiple merchant but still within a limited network, like Sodexo. So friends, the correct answer to this question is option number B. right? Because closed loop prepaid card are merchant issued and can be issued only at that merchant outlet. They can be used only at that merchant outlet. Remember the simple formula: closed means restricted, open means anywhere. I hope this makes the concept crystal clear to you. Now friends, the next question is, what is the major security drawback of the SMS based mobile banking? Right, options are, option A is the SMS banking are always delayed in delivery. Option B, SMS channel are not end-to-end encrypted, making them vulnerable to interception. Option C, SMS banking require a smartphone with internet access. Option D, SMS banking cannot be used for balance inquiry. So what do you think? Option A, SMS banking are always delayed in delivery. Is this true? Not really. Yes, sometimes SMS get delayed if the network is poor, but that is not the main security issue. Delay is an inconvenience, but it does not really make banking unsafe. So this option is not correct. What about option B? Option B is the right one. SMS travel through mobile network in plain text, which means anyone with the right tool or hacker can read it if they intercept it. Imagine you are sending a postcard without an envelope. Anyone handling it can read the message. That is how SMS work. It is not locked, it is not encrypted. That is why SMS OTP can be stolen in attack like SMS SIM swap and network spoofing. So this is the biggest risk, right? This is the biggest risk. What about option C? Option C is wrong. Why option C is wrong? Because SMS banking is popular because it works even without internet. Even an old style feature phone can send or receive banking SMS. So this is not a drawback. It says that SMS banking requires a smartphone with internet access. No, that is wrong. What about option D? Option D is also wrong. SMS banking is mainly used for simple things like checking your balance, getting mini statement, or receiving OTP. So balance inquiry is actually one of its most common uses. So let's summarize the key point what we have discussed. SMS banking biggest weakness is that it is not encrypted, so message can be intercepted. Delay, which is option number A. If you look at the option number, it's about delay. Delay is just inconvenience, not a security risk. Internet or smartphone are not required for SMS banking, and balance inquiry is very much possible. So the correct answer to this question is option number B. Now friends, let's look at the next question. The next question is, what is the correct term for an attack where a seemingly legitimate email, once opened, install malware and steal the sensitive data? Cyber mugging, phishing, scareware, ransom. So what do you think about cyber mugging? That sounds scary, right? But honestly, cyber mugging is not a real term in cyber security. It is called digital pickpocketing. It sounds cool, but technically does not exist. So this option is just here to confuse you. What about B, phishing? Yes, this is the correct one. Phishing is when attackers send you an email or message that look genuine, like it is from your bank or maybe an online shopping site. But once you click on the link or open the attachment, it secretly installs malware or steal your login detail. For example, imagine that you get an email saying that your bank account is locked. Click here to unlock. Scareware is different. Scareware work by scaring you with the fake alert. For example, suppose you are browsing the internet and suddenly a pop-up say your computer is infected. Download this antivirus now. So that is a scareware. This antivirus is fake, and if you install it, the hacker gain the access. So scareware rely on fear tactics, not email that look real. What about ransomware? Ransomware is a type of malware that lock or encrypt your file and then demand money, usually in cryptocurrency, to unlock them. For example, take the case of hospital computer system get affected and all the patent data become unreadable until they pay ransom. But here the key is ransomware is often delivered through phishing email, but it is not the phishing attack itself. So let's summarize. Cyber mugging is not a real cyber security team. Then we talk about phishing. Phishing means fake looking email trick you into giving away information or installing malware. Scareware uses fear with fake alert to make you install malware. And ransomware lock your file and demand ransom, right? So the correct answer is phishing because it directly describes the attack where a fake email install malware and steal the data. Now friends, the next question is, who provide cash in the case of brown level ATM? Very good question it is. Option A, third party operator. Option B, Reserve Bank of India. Option C, a sponsoring bank. Option D, NPCI. What do you think? See, a brown level ATM is like a rented ATM. Imagine a bank does not want to spend money on buying ATM machine and maintaining them. So it takes the help of a third party company. This company provides the machine, take care of electricity, take care of maintenance and space. But very important, the cash inside that ATM always comes from the bank itself. That is why a sponsoring bank provides the cash. What is option A? Third party operator. See, the operator gives the ATM machine, right? maintain it and keep it running, but they do not put cash inside. Only the bank is allowed to do that. So option A is wrong. What about option B? Option B say RBI. See, RBI manages monetary policy, print money, regulate bank, but RBI does not physically fill cash into ATM. That is always the responsibility of bank. Yes, option C is the correct one. Sponsoring bank. This is the bank whose name, whose brand is on ATM. It provides cash and take care of the network connectivity. What about option D, NPCI? NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, run the payment system like UPI, RuPay, IMPS. It has nothing to do with filling cash in ATM. So remember, ground level ATM is hardware and maintenance by third party, cash by a sponsoring bank. Third party only manage machine, not